do something.
Some heads tonight.
Yeah.
Work.
All right.
Go. Let's
You
go.
are now tuned in to Respect the Connect. I am Johnny James. I'm here with a few of my nearest and dearest. Jason, J. Travis here. Leonard's here. And we got a special guest tonight.
Yep.
Jess motherfucking Wood is here. Make some noise.
Pow, 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 pow.
Yeah, that wasn't loud enough in our headphones, but I swear Jay will turn it up when it's
Okay,
actually in the
okay.
pod. Hey, that wasn't loud enough noise there. We got to turn it up.
Turn it
My
up
son,
again.
my son be in here. Just
Hello.
my son be in here fucking
Pow,
up
pow,
with that.
pow,
Let's hear it. Let's hear the noise now.
Okay. Pow, 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 pow.
There we go. That made more sense.
Hey, everybody. Hey, everybody.
We'll have to we'll throw those horns in there.
Yeah, we're gonna
Please,
use that.
please.
That's gonna be a part of the tag now.
Well, please.
Burr, 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 burr.
Hell yeah. Well, I can't believe you don't already have
Hey,
that
we
in
don't.
there.
We're trying to be
Shit.
different. We're trying to be different.
Okay, sorry. Yeah,
Trying to be
that's-
different.
That is the last play.
Yes, a little different. So we're gonna use
I
you.
love it.
We're gonna use Jess's voice as the
Do
burr,
it.
burr, burr,
Yeah.
burr.
You have my disclosure
All right.
agreement.
You've seen
or
that. Look, it's on
something,
camera. It's
Hello,
on
I
camera.
agreed to use
That
my
holds up
voice.
in court. That
Ah.
holds up in court.
Well, listen, I'm gonna put this as a fucking credit on my resume.
Hey,
You
let's
can-
fucking go. One hand washes
There you
the
go.
other.
Yeah, you
One
hear
hand
the
washes
pow, pow,
other.
pow, that shit is me. Pow, 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 pow. I'll be hired all over
Hey.
town. That's that bitch, a pow, 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 pow,
Oh,
bitch.
man, I recognize that voice. They're going to make you say it when you get on stage. Hey, can you do it? Do the burr, 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 burr.
Exactly.
Now with me, motherfuckers see me, they're like, come on, man. Come on, man. I'm like, I love that girl, bro. Oh, my God, he did it. Bro, like, come on,
Let's
dog.
get ready to rumble.
Yes, bro.
Oh, I can't even say that, I don't think. That's
No, they're
fucking
gonna
like,
just-
Oh, yeah.
charge you.
You better
Yeah.
edit that out.
You
that
said tumble.
fucker. Yeah,
That's
thank you.
$50,000, motherfucker.
Yeah, she can't pronounce her R's correctly,
I
so she
can't.
said, let's get ready to trumble.
It's a wumble. I'm in a lot of trouble.
So thanks for coming on Respect the Connect.
Hey, thank you for having me, man.
course,
I
of course.
enjoy you. I enjoy the fellas. I enjoy your whole situation.
Thank you. Thank you.
Your
That's what
whole
she
your
said.
town. You know, I enjoy your town.
Hey, but it's a
I
town
do.
city. It's a town
yeah,
city.
your city,
Yeah.
your big,
It is.
your little
Big,
city,
little
big
city
town. Yeah,
Little city, big town. Yeah,
I love it.
That's part of the charm of Bukkake is that little city, big town.
Let me say, Bukkake.
Hey, you got to see
Yeah,
it.
okay,
you got
okay.
it.
'Cause
You
people
can't.
are
You
fucking
can't.
around.
I talked about it the other day.
Yeah.
You can't say Bukkake.
No.
No,
That's like Bukkake.
Yeah,
What
it's
are you
like,
doing
yeah,
to
bro,
me? Don't
that's
do
a little too close to
right?
Bukkake.
It's very
Yeah,
close.
very
I don't want to
close.
be that close to Bukkake.
Listen, no,
You guys
no.
know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, Jay.
Have you done that? Jay,
Hey, I seen your search history the other day, Jason.
Jay, have you
on it.
come on a lady's face before? Have you come on her head? Like paid to come on it?
On the
don't
head
mean
or the
like
face?
On the face.
The face, the head. I don't know. Bukkake's like around that area.
Yeah, well,
you know.
Yeah.
Come on, Jay.
Yeah.
Like with a girlfriend, like
Mm-hmm.
that agreed to it. Okay, because I bought my ex-boyfriend a ticket to a Bukkake party because he was depressed.
Hold
you
up.
know?
Where the
What?
fuck was this?
In New York City.
Send me the
Okay.
link.
Yeah.
I'll be out there next month.
I happen to be doing a show in New York City, and the dude who was hosting also hosted Bukkake parties.
That's a weird ass transfer of
It's-
hosting ability.
Strange combination, I know. He's like, hey, I can host your Bukkake parties or your
Listen,
comedy
man,
show.
we do donkey shows around this motherfucker too.
So I got a girl with ping pong balls you will love.
Hey,
But yeah, so I was listening to him tell his stories, and I thought, shit, I got it. My man is depressed, and I know y'all, you like to come on shit. So I was
Yeah,
like,
I
you
mean,
know what?
all the time.
Let me buy him a ticket to come on this lady's head. Yeah, I don't know how it works, but I think he would be better, and he didn't feel better.
he didn't. No, well, see,
No.
it's one of those things where it's like you think you're gonna feel better. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? Like
yeah.
it's like watching porn, right? So like you're watching the whole time. You're like, okay, yeah. First, you got to find the right scene, right?
Yep,
You
yes.
finally find the right scene, and you think it's the right scene. You hope it's
Yeah.
the right scene,
Thank
and it
you.
ends up being the right scene. But then after you find the right scene, and you're sitting there in your shame,
Yeah, there's a lot of shame.
it's just like, ugh.
And you're
Yeah, there's a lot of-
full
Yeah.
it.
And y'all have a big cleanup, so
Yeah,
you know,
that's a mess.
it's a little
But
bit
y'all
more
could have a
shame
big,
than
y'all
us.
could have a big cleanup
We
too.
could. I'm
depending.
not a squirter myself, but I know girls that are. God bless them.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Am I short? I mean, I peed a little once, but that
There
wasn't
you
very
go.
There's a
exciting.
difference.
Okay.
But yeah, no, I know. Oh, Leonard, come on.
Okay.
He's trying to challenge.
I'm trying-
The squirting challenge.
Hey,
you
you
saw
know
it
what,
here
though?
first, folks.
We can't just jump off the fact that Jay kind of refused to answer the fucking
He
coming on
avoided
the
it.
face.
Hey,
yes,
well-
thank you.
Okay. Well, not all the chicks are into that shit, bro. I
No,
did it.
but
I did it once.
She asked if you're into it, Jay.
Oh,
She didn't ask if the
I
chick
haven't-
liked it.
I
Because
mean-
realistically, they really don't fucking like it, dog.
They
They're not
don't.
like,
We don't.
yeah, my eyeball. They're doing it because they love you,
It's
Jason.
a
It's true.
sacrifice.
It's
I
a
did it
sacrifice
once
for you.
and I would be willing to do it again. If
Hey,
I,
ladies.
if I had
Oh,
to.
look at
Yeah.
how nice you
That
are.
was- Oh man, let me help you out, bitch.
They ain't gonna let you come on their face if you say it like that, bro. listen, I'd be willing to try it again, ladies.
Yeah.
You got to be like, listen, I didn't like it the first time. I need some big ass sunglasses. I'm finna come on someone's face. That's how you say it.
Oh yeah. Well, all the ladies here, they do those cumbrella. That's what I heard. The eyelashes.
That's
what they're
That's
for.
called
That's what they're
cumbrellas.
for.
Yeah, that's what
well,
I
that's
heard.
what I
It don't get in the
interpreted
eye,
as.
and when you're helping her clean it, you could just like kind of like hook it because it didn't get all the way in. You know
Like
what I
a
mean?
boat. It's like a little boat of cum.
Exactly.
Oh, nice.
That's funny.
That's a delight.
It's for both of
I
you.
wouldn't like the
It is.
sunglasses though. I like the eye contact.
You like the icon when she's
You
got
guys
nut
love
all over
eye
her
contact.
face? You
Yeah,
want to
yes.
look at your nut on her eyeball? Because I don't
can
want to
see
see that.
that. I
I want to
can
see
see
it
that.
on a big pair of like Kim Kardashian sunglasses.
I don't.
You
I
wanna
don't want
see
the.
your
I don't.
work.
I don't want
I wanna
the.
see my work.
I don't want the shade though. I want
Yeah.
clear lenses.
Yeah, I'll just give her my
I
glasses.
like
Yeah, there you
yeah.
go.
No, I ain't gonna come on my own glasses.
That's,
Yeah.
I just
yeah.
rethought that live on the
Yeah.
podcast.
Well,
that's funny.
I mean,
Trying to be
how
too
much you
nice.
get-
She
you
gives
gotta
them back
give
to me. I'm like, oh fuck, I can never wear these again. Y'all see
What's
me
the
wearing
matter
my.
with your own jizz?
I mean, no, there's nothing wrong with it,
Okay.
but I'm not trying to wear my own nut on my face.
I know, but you
Right.
washed it after.
Yeah, no, there's absolutely nothing wrong with it, but coming on my own glasses, I don't know. I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know.
Yeah.
I
I guess
don't-
they're
You're gonna remember.
yeah, when I put them on, I'm like,
You're
damn,
gonna-
Oh, yeah, you're gonna remember
I
this.
came
Did
on
I-
these.
You need a steamer or some.
I just sell them.
I had to give her the Gucci
Alcohol.
look.
I just sell-
Yeah.
Listen,
Yeah.
if you ever see a pair of Johnny James glasses up on eBay,
Don't order them.
if they're ridiculously overpriced, know why.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
why.
There's the aborted babies on there.
They're cum Gucci's. They're cum coaches.
Hey, you might get set up on that one.
So
Be careful.
Bukkake shows in New York.
Yeah.
So okay.
Come back.
So I gotta come back to this
Yes,
because
yes.
this is fucking crazy.
It is crazy.
So
No pun
did
intended.
you tell him like, listen, I know you're depressed, so go jack off in this chick's face. I paid for it.
Yeah, yes.
That's pretty much how it happened.
Yes.
That's fucking.
I
Wild.
said, I know you're depressed. I got you a ticket for this Bukkake party. It's in the city. We lived in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
It's in the city. You got to go in the city. And then he goes, okay, no problem. And then he got in touch with the dude, the host. And then they were emailing back and forth with all the details.
Yeah.
It happened at 2:00 on a Tuesday
That's funny.
afternoon. I mean, look, I don't think that's appropriate. 2 p.m.
That's a little
2:00 on a
unusual.
Tuesday.
Yeah, like I don't mind you coming on
Damn.
a lady's face.
Going
home.
2 on a Tuesday, like he
no.
had to leave work. You know what I mean? Like he had to take lunch late.
What are you doing? Well, you know, I got a prior engagement
Yeah.
that I gotta
Yeah.
be at. How much was the Bukkake
$40.
party? That was it?
Yeah,
That's
that's it.
it
That's
to come
it.
on someone's face.
Yes.
But you gotta
I
think
got
about
very good
hey,
deal.
listen, you gotta think about it as compound
60.
interest, Leonard. If
Oh,
there's
yeah.
like 20 dudes doing it,
Oh,
she's
yeah.
getting
Oh,
the
yeah.
bag.
Right, okay.
She's getting the bag.
Yeah.
Oh, and a very important part of the story is the guy who hosted it. It was his lady
Oh my
that
god.
took the nuts. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn.
It was a family affair.
So they came up.
Yeah. So
Hey,
they got some cash.
The
So-
come up was real, bruh.
the CUM up. So yeah, so then but the first time he went, so you have to go to like a residential building because you
Yeah.
know in New York everything's apartments.
Right.
So you got to go to this not residential, but like apartment building. He goes in the apartment building. There's like 7 other dudes milling about in the lobby because they're waiting to go upstairs to the fucking Bukkake
They're just
party.
mixing up the jizz.
They're just like getting it, you know.
Yeah.
Maybe they're Sammy. Maybe they got some Sammys going. I don't know what was
They're
happening in the
looking for
lobby.
their keys.
But then the guy or gal who's ever the fucking apartment was, they never showed up, so they couldn't do it that day. So everybody was all semi, you know,
Oh my
and they had to
God.
leave and
Oh my
reschedule
God.
it again. So,
So,
it's Thursday
Blue ball
It's becoming
Bukkake.
more and more clear to me why this didn't cure his depression.
Yeah, right?
because he had
Yeah.
to wait for it. He had to
He
wait.
had to wait.
I mean,
He met the dudes.
Yeah.
Okay, for one, yikes.
Yeah, exactly.
to meet the other dudes.
Yeah.
For one, just a Bukkake party in the first place, sitting around jacking off some random ass fucking bitch's face with a bunch of dudes I never met, does not sound like my vibe, bro.
Me either,
me
but this
either.
was he was a khaki pants wearing white
Yes,
man.
he-
Oh, so it
And,
was his vibe,
they're
kind of.
Yes.
Yeah, oh, yeah, yeah.
They're crazy.
Yeah,
like
they
he
got
was
some-
the
they got some
scariest
crazy
dude I
kicks.
ever dated. Like I don't really date a lot of whites because they're scare me. They scare the shit out of
They
me. Like
are a little troublesome.
they can kill you and get away with it. Like he's the type of dude that'd be choking me out, and I'd be thinking, well,
He might go too far.
This could be it, and he would never see a prison cell. I mean,
No.
I know he would. He'd be like, this Jew whore told me to choke her out. You know, I'd be like,
Damn.
he's right.
And they'd be like, yep, he's right.
She
did.
was a whore.
She had to have told him. I know it. I
Yeah.
know Todd. He's a great guy.
Yeah,
He's a great guy. We met at a Bukkake party.
Exactly. Well, he told me when they did it, when they finally got to do it, which was on a Thursday, like that
At
same
2.
week at 2:00, because it's always got to be at lunch hour for some
Fucking
reason.
weird. Maybe that's her only window.
Yeah, that's her.
She has prior engagements
She has
too.
a lot of work, I suppose.
That's a lot of cleanup.
Secretarial job, maybe
Gotta
she
be.
does.
Gotta
Or
be.
she's at an office somewhere.
She's probably in Congress now.
Oh my God, she is Marjorie Taylor Greene. Actually, she's Marjorie Taylor Greene. I didn't want to tell you guys. That's why she hates abortion. So she's like, let the jizz fly, but don't kill the babies. So
She saves it. She
she
jars
said,
it up.
yeah,
Yeah.
from her. Well, she looks good. Her skin is very.
Very,
keeps it all,
very
though, and
taut.
she takes it
very
to the-
taut skin.
She
Yeah.
keeps it all. She takes it to the what are those the jizz collection clinics for babies? What are those called?
Oh, the sperm bank.
The sperm bag. She
Yeah.
takes it, and then everybody has a community baby. It has homie's eye, other
Damn.
homies like nose.
That would
It's a
be
mixture
nice.
of semen.
They're
All the-
finding a lot of people finding dads and that
That
have-
are mixed?
that have they donated without wanting a child.
Yep.
And now these children are born and grown and
Looking
looking
for
for
their
their
dad.
dad and finding some fool who's like, dude, I jerked off in a cup, eh?
Bro,
Like
that's
I
my
didn't mean
dad.
to
Yeah.
fucking have a
I told
kid.
you not to do that, Jay.
Jay,
I told you.
What the
stop
fuck?
it.
I told you, bro.
I can't even just hit my joint.
No, you can't.
He had to pay off them school loans
Jay's
somehow.
like, Jay's like,
It's
Johnny.
all right, money. It's all right.
Johnny,
money.
I'm tight on cash, bro. What do you think? No, dog, don't do it.
Yeah.
20 years from now, some little motherfucker gonna show up with a keyboard to your doorstep. Hey, you're Jay Trav, right?
How do I know?
Right.
I make beats just like you, motherfucker. Listen, I know how to build a house too. And I got another brother, and his name's Brad.
Don't put that.
It's not Chad.
Don't put that voodoo on me, dog.
Wow, that's a lot. That's a lot.
I
Don't
got too
spell
many
it.
kids. I wasn't even ever thinking about trying to go jack off in a cup to have more. Hell no.
Hell
Nope.
no.
Sorry,
I
it's
kill
funny
all
as
mine
fuck.
in utero. Yay. My mom took me to my first abortion, so she taught
Really?
me right.
Yeah,
Yeah, she
yeah.
drove me and she told me, she said, children ruin your life. I said, hurry up,
Thanks, Mom.
Step on it. We got to get this
Thanks,
shit
Mom.
out of here.
And then she rolled up the windows and walked away.
She left me in the parking lot to sweat it out.
That's
Sweat
fucking
out that
crazy.
baby, bitch.
So for those of y'all that don't know, Jess is a comic. She's funnier than fuck too. For
Yeah, if you
everybody, for
couldn't
everybody
tell.
that don't know,
If you couldn't tell,
yeah, if you
for
couldn't
real.
tell, you know what I mean? We usually don't start the pod talking about Bukkakes, but let's run it. You know what I'm saying? You're at the right pod because
It's
some people
natural.
couldn't do it. Some people could be like, oh my God, are they talking
Oh,
about
no.
Bukkakes?
I don't have any, what is it, censor.
Yeah.
I don't like censorship.
No, it's weird.
I find, I don't like hate and I don't like censorship.
Yeah.
So I think you can also be without hate and be uncensored.
Yeah.
And I think that's my favorite. That's how y'all are.
Yeah, 100%.
Y'all are uncensored and without hate.
Yes.
And that's how I pride myself on being.
We should
That
be able to be like that.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
exactly
oh
how we
yeah.
should thrive in being
Yes.
like that.
I hate both of these motherfuckers.
What are you hating?
Not as much as I hate this motherfucker. Because you know what?
Why is he hating?
We didn't ask this guy about his Bukkake story. I have a funny feeling it's a fucking crazy one.
No, nothing crazy. Nothing crazy. They dropped the charges.
That's good. That's good. It sounds like it happened in Kentucky. That's good.
Hey,
Hey, so how long you been doing comedy? Comedy, but stand-up comedy specifically.
Well, stand up. Okay, so I want to just tell you, like, I grew up in LA, but I ran to New York after the riots. I dropped out of high school and I ran to New York, and I was like, I gotta get out of LA. Everybody was dying. I was friends with a bunch of gang members, so I came up.
Everybody was dying.
Yeah, a
Yeah.
lot of people that were dying. And so I went to New York. But then immediately I was like, New York City, heroin. Like, it was everywhere. Oh, my God. In the 90s, I was like, oh, my God. And it was like, it was just so everywhere. And I wasn't afraid of anything because I had come from gang LA. So, I went to Lower East Side. I copped heroin for people for a while. I got myself a habit.
Yeah, kind of hard to
It was hard.
to be kind of in that life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's usually both feet in it.
Yeah, I had that, then I lost everything, lost my apartment, lost my friends, lost my job. So then I was homeless in New York City for a little bit, and I was thinking to myself, all right, what do I like though? What do I like?
Yeah.
I like comedy. So I went to a comedy club called the Comic Strip up in the Upper East Side, and they'll hire anybody at a comedy club. First of all, this junkie bitch walks in. They're like,
She looks funny.
I see them, sure. I mean, I was trying to waitress, so they're just like, okay, anybody could waitress here, and it's a horrible job to be a waitress at a comedy club.
Oh, I bet.
They make the people buy 2 drinks. You think they want to tip their waiter after
Fuck
that
no.
shit? Fuck you, bitch. They have admission and 2 drinks. Get the
You ain't
fuck away
getting
from
a
me,
damn
waitress.
tip. Yeah.
You don't get shit. So I didn't care. I was just trying to be, you know, in a place that was other than downtown and my junkies friends. And so there was a comic there called Rick Shapiro, and he was real fucked up too, but he was a sober guy. So he would see me, he'd be like, hey, and he'd like do voices to me. And he took he wanted to fuck, but he also took a liking to me. I could feel that he honestly liked me, and I would do voices back to him. And all I ever did was cholos and shit, because that's who I hung out with. So I was like, shut up, dummy. And he's like, hey, what's this? You're a fucking comedian. You're a comedian. And I was like, nah, I'm a junkie waitress. You know? And he's like, nah, I'm a comedian. So he took me downtown because he told me, and I wasn't going downtown to cop dope. I was going downtown with him to like a weird alternative theater in Lower East Side. And he's like, I'm doing a one-man show, and I want you to be in it. And I go, a one-man show?
Yeah.
With me?
One man.
I know what the fuck a one-man... I'm not that junky. I know what the fuck a one-man
It's at my
means,
apartment.
one man. Yeah, this is the stars. Suck it.
It starts at 2 on a Tuesday.
Get your face ready, bitch. And so he took me downtown, and like he told me he said, I'm casting all the voices in my head, and you're going to be the women. And I was like, all right. And so he started to make me like write and make me show up, and he made me write a joke. And I was still copping dope down the street. Like I was still leading this life. But I came up, and when he finally produced the show, I had one joke that I had written for the show. And when I came out and I did that joke to a packed house, like 50 people, but packed to me.
Yeah, no, yeah.
I never see 50 junkies even in a room,
shit.
you know? Like, I was like,
Especially awake and ready to be
they
entertained.
were excited to be there. And I told this joke, and it like everyone fell out. And it was like my Jesus moment.
Yeah.
That was when the comedy, I was like, nah, like I got to do comedy now. Me. Yeah. So I just started to go and do it. And I found a place. It was the best African-American amateur comedy contest, and it was
Don't
that New York.
Don't clean it
That's
up.
what it was called. It was not called Black or Chitlin. It was called the amateur African American. I wouldn't say that, Leonard. That's stupid. I hate that. I feel like Ice Cube every time I hear that. Calling us African American, like everything is
You're
fair.
trying to look too hard.
That line is so real. Yeah. Like, come on, everybody, calm down. So anyway, I went to this contest, and you had to pay $10 to get in, but you could win $50. And look, I was in the street. I was like, I need $50.
Yep.
So I was the only girl in the show. I was the only white person in the whole club. And they did it Apollo style, where you got up and you just, perform, and then everybody, whatever. Well, I won that shit. But, I won it like how... I'm excited that I could tell you this story right now and that I'm here. But I look back and I go, it was almost like a ventriloquist at a rock concert. Do you know what I mean, fellas?
Oh,
who the fuck is this bitch?
Why the fuck are they here? Let's fucking cheer for it.
This
Holy
fucking shit is crazy. Like, I don't even know what the fuck, how she does that, or I don't. Yeah, because I came on. My bits were, I was a black dude when I came on set. What's up? Like, I was like, who is this fucking white girl? And I'm 20 years old. Like, what's up? Like, I'm like a crazy person.
That's funny.
But I was being, a dude I knew, and then I would be a girl I knew, and then I would be a Puerto Rican girl that I talked to on the train, and and I won, and people were like, oh, how. You're brave as fuck. And I was like, but was it funny? I don't feel like I'm brave.
Yeah.
This is what I want to do. Was it funny?
Yeah.
So within a year, the Def Jam people saw me.
Damn.
No shit.
Oh,
And they put me on Def Comedy Jam.
That's crazy.
In 1 year of,
That's
which,
fucking crazy.
It sounds amazing.
It is though. You can't slide away from that because
I don't want to.
That's legendary.
That's a big deal.
Yeah.
As far as comedy goes,
Yes.
come on.
Yes. And it was, my mom, I grew up with a mother who was a white Jewish lady who hated white people. So for me to be on Def Jam was like getting my mom's, like, finally getting her love.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
approval,
She's finally proud.
I was like, Mama! Def Jam, Mama! And I wore like a onesie fucking, I have pictures of it on Instagram, but I wore
What was that like?
Well, first of all, it was the last year that they ever did it because they had stopped doing Def Jam for a while because they had kind of got like, I don't know, people weren't watching it or something. I don't know what had
poetry,
happened.
like they kind of slid into the poetry for a while.
Exactly. Yeah. So they wanted to bring it back, and they brought it back, but they brought it back to L.A. Like I was doing comedy. I was doing comedy at like reggae clubs on Long Island. I'm talking about like 11 p.m. at night. They call me, okay, bitch, you're coming to do your show. And then everybody be dancing, you know, right? And then all of a sudden, it's going to be comedy now. You know, and everybody's like, what the
fuck's going on?
Yeah, and this is fucking chick. And so I, you know, and everybody would look at me weird everywhere I went because I looked like girls hate him. I mean, whew, I got a lot of ladies giving me a lot of
really sideways
the
eyes.
Teeth. Yeah, there's rich. And then I go and do the show, and then I got this is how long ago I got beeper numbers after that.
Oh shit! Fucking pagers.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Had to go to the payphone real quick.
Yeah,
send them the
call
911 code.
Yeah, I gotta call her. But they took me to Def Jam, and it was in Los Angeles, and it was in Beverly Hills, and it was all celebrities in the crowd.
That's crazy.
It was the weirdest, and it was the worst. And I tell you about the Long Island Reggae Club because that was the style of comedy that I was used to doing.
Yeah.
Was like full fucking dudes in the front row with sunglasses.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like this fucking Jam Brady what? You know what I mean? Like, and I'd be like, hi, whatever. Sorry, you guys. This is so weird. And it was always, you know, I always had the best time, but people, when they took us to Beverly Hills, I remember so well. It was like Craig Robinson was on the show.
Man.
Greer Barnes was on the show. Like there's some dudes that I was friends with from New York from the circuit.
They made it too.
That we all went out there and they flew us out and then they put, you know, they have the van at the airport. They pick everybody up and shit at all the different, you know, there's the Detroit comics and the Chicago comics and the Florida you know, and everybody's piling in the fucking thing. And this one chick from Detroit, she gets in and she's all, hey, and I'm like, hey girl. So we're like, we kind of make friends. This bitch, on the day of the show, I'm like, I'm so nervous. She goes, girl, what are you nervous about? You just a stylist. I'm not a stylist, bitch. I'm
shit.
But that's how out of place I was.
She had no idea that you were there.
No idea that
That's
I was one of the
fucking
comedians.
crazy. You're just doing my makeup, bitch. Don't be nervous.
I had my onesie pleather like Eddie Murphy because he's like, I was like, I love Eddie Murphy.
Yep.
You know?
Did she finally find out that you?
Yeah, the day of, and she's like,
good.
no fucking way. And I go, yeah, I'm gonna perform tonight. She's like, oh.
You're opening up for me, actually.
See, was it more the Eddie Murphy delirious purple or was it raw red?
It was
Onesie.
more. Well, it was like a brown because I didn't want to go too colorful. I couldn't find anything too colorful.
Which one out of those two stand-ups are your favorite out of raw or delirious?
Oh, probably. That's a hard one. I actually prefer Richard Pryor. Can I say that?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, I prefer Richard Pryor.
Of course.
Yeah.
I mean, come
Live
on.
on Sunset Strip probably is my favorite of
That
all.
you know what's crazy talking about that? I had no idea that he recorded that stand-up the day before and bombed. You know his classic one. Everybody's, you know, audience. If you don't know, go look it up. It's Richard Pryor's like classic. They recorded it the day before, and he fucking bombed. Nobody laughed. It was horrible. Like they're like, we can't put this out. He said, fuck that. Tomorrow he comes back the next day, and what you see is what he did.
Really?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Oh, shit.
That's not too crazy of a hot take because without Richard Pryor, you don't got Eddie Murphy.
No,
yeah.
not at all. And
Yeah,
that's
Eddie
why,
Murphy was in it,
I didn't, you know, I wasn't going to wear a red suit like Richard Pryor. You know what I mean? Like, get you with that red suit, ugly. He fucks with himself in that. But I had the best time. I thought I was like in a dream world.
Yep.
But it was so unlike any of the other shows that we had done because we were doing it for audiences that were like, real raw. And then we came to Beverly Hills.
Yeah, that's fucking weird.
It was so weird. And Cedric the Entertainer, and I talk about this on stage, but Cedric the Entertainer was my host.
Really?
He was a sweetheart of a guy, yeah. But he was nervous to bring me out to. There's a lot of people in this theater.
Yeah, that's a whole
Got to
different.
introduce this. And he came out and he goes, all right, y'all enjoying the show so far? All right. For your next comedian, I want y'all just to keep an open mind. That's exactly what he said. That's exactly what the fuck he said. I was like, yes, it makes sense.
What year was this?
It was 96.
96.
Man,
Okay.
that's
Yeah, it's a
fucking
long fucking time ago.
crazy.
And then I quit because they wanted to put me in braids and FUBU.
Oh, they tried
Stop
to switch you.
lying.
Yeah.
They wanted to make you that white
Yeah,
girl?
yeah. And I was
God.
like, what? No, ew.
I'm good.
Yeah, I was like, hell no.
Yikes.
Plus, I had already, you guys, I got to tell you, because my mom hated white people my whole life, I had already done braids. Like,
It was already
I
your
had
face.
done braids. If I show you the picture of me with braids, you'll be like, that's a mixed girl. That's
Yeah.
not you. So my mom liked me in braids the best
That's
because she
crazy.
said, "Oh, you can't tell what race you are. Those are great." This bitch hates. So I was like, I already did the braids, but I knew enough. I had enough, gumption, and plus come on, people. I'd already lived so hard by the time I was 20 years old. Like, I don't even fuck you. And these guys were like, "No, we'll braid your hair. We'll put
That's
you in
crazy.
FUBU because we don't know what else to do with you."
Yeah.
I said,
Damn.
"Well, I'm like, I used to say like, I'm like Pink, but if she did comedy." And everyone's
I
like,
could see that. I know exactly what you're saying.
Thank
Yeah,
you,
yeah,
Johnny.
yeah.
Of course you do, because
I
you're
see it.
creative
Yeah, I
and you're
see it.
smart.
I see it.
These motherfuckers aren't the people in charge. So every time I would have a meeting, with industry, the first question, who do people say that you remind them of?
Oh my God, that's the fucking worst
I go,
question ever.
Nobody.
Yeah.
I don't have one lady. And you know why? I love my sisters of comedy, but I got to fucking complain about some shit. These women, the white straight women who
Let's hear it.
tend to make it, are victims. And they hate ladies. And that's how come they get it. Look, Amy Schumer, you know how many times I heard her talk shit about her vagina? Shut
lot.
the fuck up, bitch.
A lot.
We already got that shit. That's
lot.
why Roe versus Wade is on the fucking teeter-totter. Because a fucking girl that has all that, voice is using it to insult ladies? Like,
Yeah.
fuck you. It makes me crazy,
I could
y'all.
see that, and man,
Schlesinger, she hates chicks.
Oh, we're so annoying. Aren't we annoying? Don't we sound like this all the time?
Bitch, shut up.
calm the fuck
They
down.
already hate us. What are you doing?
doing?
Yeah, you're setting it back. You're setting the
Yeah.
clock way the fuck back. Like, I hate it. It makes me nuts. And you know how many club owners have told me? Johnny, you know what they
do
said
that?
to me? Why don't you talk about how you hate your body or how it's hard to date?
What
What
the
the
fuck?
How
Sell
about-
out right away.
Crazy.
How about that? Because it's not, motherfucker. How about because it's
crazy as
not,
fuck,
and I
dog.
don't.
That's so fucking
Set me
nuts.
back.
That's fucking bonkers.
Hilarious because it's horrifyingly ignorant and
Yeah.
awful. Yeah.
Ridiculous.
That's exactly right.
Ridiculous.
These motherfuckers don't
Damn,
know
that's-
shit.
That's
They want to
ridiculous.
hold us the fuck back.
That'd be like a promoter telling me, "Hey, listen, brother, I like your music, but you should rap about like the barrio, bro, and
Yeah,
like
yeah.
your carnales
A
and the
promoter,
raza.
yeah.
Rap
Bro.
about the gente, bro." And
Hey.
like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? You're fucking white as shit. Where did you learn these words?
Hey, I'm not a stand-up, obviously. But when I did stand-up the first time, there was a comedian who I guess performed before, was pretty good or whatnot, and he pulled me aside, and I'm nervous as fuck, like about to go up before everybody else. And this cat goes, "I love black comedy." And he looks at me like he's serious, like, "Bro, I love black comedy." And I'm like,
Okay.
black comedy or black comedy? Because there's two different things that you're saying right here. Like, is it dark comedy or is it Negro comedy that you're saying here? I don't understand the designation you're making here.
Hold up,
Bro.
Hold up.
I didn't speak to him again.
That's
but
crazy.
That was the interaction the first time, and I was just like, bro, some people just don't
No.
see themselves
No.
at all.
Some people
Well, I
don't.
think
Stop laughing back there, Dom. I heard you.
I also think what's weird is that it's all fucking broken down like it's different. Like comedy is fucking comedy.
Point blank.
Exactly.
Right, in the
Yes.
70s when
Funny
it was
is funny.
thriving and everything like
Yes.
that was comedy. Carlin could play with Pryor. Pryor
Yes.
could play with fucking... Who cares? Who fucking cares? Now it's all broken up into
Yeah, no.
shit. I
Nope.
can't stand it.
I don't like it either. It's the same thing with music. Like hip hop is hip hop. It's not. They try and separate us too, and they try and put Chicano hip hop or white hip hop. They try and separate the situation.
Yeah.
Hip hop is hip hop.
Yeah.
Comedy is comedy.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up and enjoy it.
Yeah.
Or don't come. That's a perfect fucking segue.
Hey.
Perfect segue to get into the whole shit that happened with fucking the legendary David Chappelle. For one, that dude never played football because he missed the fucking tackle. Okay? For one, he was not on the football team, for sure.
No.
And for two, when Dave goes back, he's all, hold on. And he goes back there, and he comes back, he's all, They're whooping this motherfucker's ass back there.
Yeah.
That was fucking epic. It was so good.
Yes.
And then the picture with his arm all fucking
All
twisted.
fucked up,
He's
yeah,
all
yeah.
fucked up.
Hey,
Bruh.
you know what I like?
Fuck that
His
guy.
arm was broken.
Fuck that guy.
Yep.
His arm was broken.
Yep.
And they still put him in handcuffs.
Yeah. And he was like this. Hey, not only was
This
it
is a
broken,
fucking criminal.
his arm looked like it was about to be ripped the fuck off. Not
you
just
can't
broken.
do that. You gotta
Hell
make
nah.
an example of that
And
shit.
they did.
That's horrifying. Like that fucking.
And
we don't
we're-
have security. We
Nah.
don't have HR. That's how come girls always get raped and shit in comedy. Not to
crazy.
make a joke of it, but I told dudes, put your fucking dick away. That's what I tell
That's
them.
crazy.
I know Louis. I know those dudes. Fuck, put your fucking dick away, you dumbass.
Yeah.
Like that's what we gotta teach our little girls. That's what we don't teach our girls. We teach our girls. Oh, you're annoying. Your vagina stinks.
And then just
You know
leave.
what I mean? And
Yeah.
then let them get people pull their dicks out,
Yeah.
and they don't know what to say because they're like, I'm sorry, my vagina stinks. I guess I have to look at your dick. You know what I mean? Like,
guess
it's fucking
these are the
horrifying.
consequences.
Yeah,
These are the
exactly.
consequences for
Of
having a
being
stinky
woman.
vagina. Yeah, that's
That's
crazy.
it. You just have to deal with it, bitch. That's
That's
how you gotta do.
fucking
That's
nuts.
how you
So
gotta
fucking
live.
funny.
Yeah, see, that's what pissed
Horrifying.
me off. That's what pissed me off, and we talked about it before. That's what really pissed me off about Will Smith running up on Chris Rock.
Oh my god.
That's what got to me the most about it because
That
I said this. I'm like,
fucking
okay, if someone his stature could do that to a comedian, what's to stop some stupid motherfucker
Yeah.
just around the corner from running up on a
And
on a
then he
comedian?
did. And then they did.
And it happened
And then
literally
they
like
did.
2-3 weeks
Yeah.
after.
Yes.
So
Right.
it fucking pisses me off. Like, and
Horrifying.
I'm glad dude got checked. What
Yes.
pisses me, what really trips me out about
Yeah.
the whole like landscape of the world that we're in right now, but comedy specifically, it's like, okay, you know what you're signing up for, bro. You bought the tickets, dog. You didn't buy the tickets to church, homeboy. You're not going to a fucking like evangelist concert, bro. You bought tickets to see Dave Chappelle.
Yeah.
Why are you in the audience shocked when he's making fun of shit? That is his job.
You know what? I'm just as incensed as you are, but I gotta say, you know what it reminds me of? Remember when Howard Stern first came on the scene?
And everybody's freaked
And
out.
everyone was freaked out, but they got more listeners who were listening because they wanted to hear what the fuck he was gonna say,
Yeah.
not that they loved him. So I feel like we're going backwards in that way, where people are like, hate, they're trolling on shit
Oh,
that
yeah.
they hate.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this thing that I
This is
hate.
still- yeah.
Like, why are you wasting your time on shit you hate?
Yep.
Like, again, get out of my body and get out all the hate. Like,
Yes.
what are we doing? Why are you wasting your time? Again, get a hobby.
Yeah, get a fucking hobby.
Yeah,
and if you're so easily offended,
Yeah, why are you going to that show?
what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
a comic's job is to tell fucking jokes,
Yep.
right?
Yes.
So, and there should be no filter on what
Yeah.
the jokes that they can say are.
No.
Nothing should be off limits.
No.
Can I be more specific about what you're talking
Of
about?
course.
I think the comic's job is a little more specific when it comes to society. I think they really are necessary to take the piss out of power.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Yes. That's their job. That's their big job.
We need
Yeah.
that. We need that.
Yes.
We need a jester to come in there to make fun of the
Yes.
king, to tell the king, you're fucking up.
And not just
Without
tell,
saying-
and not just
without
tell the
saying-
king, but bring a big ass mirror
Yeah.
in front of the king and tell him jokes about, you see your gut, you fat fuck?
Yeah,
Look
yeah,
at- We're all
exactly.
starving over here and you're a fat fuck.
Yeah, exactly.
Making me make you laugh, you fat fuck. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. We
I
need that.
totally
I
agree.
know. I was just in El Paso and talked all about abortion. I got hugs from young women after
Really?
the show. Fuck yeah. I get hugs from young women because I'm not shaming. There is no shame. And I share all my shit. I'm like, I'll share it all. Because I know we all fucking, even if you haven't gone through this, you're scared of maybe you have
Or
to
you
or
thought about
whatever.
it.
You
Yeah.
thought,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
No doubt.
So there's no shame. And that's why people are like, ugh, Jess.
Why are you saying that?
Yeah, why aren't you more, I was banned from a club. They told me I was too dirty.
Really?
Yeah. And I said,
That's
really?
crazy.
And I followed a comic who talked about coming in his lady's eyeball. She had to wear a pirate patch, and then now he fucks a pirate.
But
I
it's
was like,
fine
but
for
I'm-
him, but not for you.
But I didn't even talk like that kind of shit.
That's crazy.
I was talking about liking masturbation, and all the waitresses would stop working. You're good when all the wait staff
They
stops.
want to watch and pay
Yeah.
attention. You know what I think it might be, though? It might be the same. You remember when Lil' Kim first came out and like everybody was like, you hear the shit she's saying?
Yeah.
For some reason, it's different to hear a female
Yeah.
talk
It
like
is.
that
It
versus a dude.
Yeah.
It is.
I don't know. I don't know
get it all
why,
the
but it's
time.
for some reason.
Because women
just hits
are-
different.
Women reflect what society already is. So when we see women
Say that.
going a little,
They're like, whoa.
yeah. When we see women like doing different things than we expect women to do.
You guys project what you want us to be like.
Exactly, correct.
in
And then when we
society.
see it,
We
we're
are
like,
not-
what the fuck are you doing, bitch?
Yeah.
Slow down.
And we are
And
not
then we're
these
like, cover your
precious-
body up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or
lose our
don't
minds.
talk like that. I get that a lot, Leonard. Guys, you know how many women come up to me afterwards and say, "You were hilarious. You talk like a guy." And I talk like a guy? And I'm so I'm wearing fucking fishnets right now. Like, fuck everybody. I don't fucking talk like a guy. And she goes, no. They say, "Oh, but you talk about the subjects that guys usually talk about."
Yeah.
I go, "Oh, it's because I have confidence, right?"
There's a difference, yeah.
And that is what nobody they're like, "Ew, witch, we'll burn her in the back."
Yeah.
You
ain't lying. That's exactly what the
they
fuck
hate
happened.
it.
Yeah.
They hate it. So I just keep going. Fuck them.
That's good, and that's the fucking mentality. You gotta have it because that's
Yeah.
what you that's your art form. And I've said
Yeah.
this all the time, and I'm telling you, like lately, it's funny because with the success that I've had with some of my like viral shit, I've got a lot of people that are like, "So when's your next stand up?" And I'm like, "Bro, I'm not a comedian, dog.
Right.
I don't do stand up comedy.
Right.
I haven't done any stand up comedy, zero."
And that's what's interesting about this whole TikTok and YouTube. Like, this whole situation is interesting. I mean, I could hate on it a lot because, I've been in this shit for 20 plus years, but I have quit and gone back and quit and gone back because they get my heart broken all the fucking
Yeah.
time. And they want me to be something that I'm not. And I'm like, we're supposed to be the truth tellers. We're the jesters, the
Yeah.
ones that tell the fucking world to shut the fuck up.
Yep.
And y'all don't let me. And then I get my little core audience. It's like, oh, this bitch, she's onto something.
We're gonna follow
You know what I
her.
mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I have like some people, but it's like, to break, even like my little famous friends, I've watched people fly by me. Fly. And I have a comic friend, he's passed away, rest in peace, Mikey D, a Bronx white dude, Irish Bronx, tough guy. And he used to say to me, "I don't understand, Jessica. You fucking, you hung out with gang members. You can't handle comedians? You fucking scared of comedians?" And I go, "You know what? I'm a high school dropout. These fucking nerds make me nervous."
Yeah.
They never been fucking shot. I've been
no.
shot. Like, fuck these fucking nerds. Like, I had a real chip on my shoulder
Yeah.
during comedy. And also, I knew I had more truths to tell than a lot of people.
Yeah.
And I wasn't getting, and I couldn't, get... so I was just like, but I was in special ed, and this is the last I'll say, but not the last, but I'm a fucking motor mouth, but I was in special ed as a kid, and I realized that I'm like a special ed student still, and I was in New York and LA only. I've ever lived there. Those are like public schools. Fuck those fucking giant, everybody's climbing over everybody to get the gold star, right? Then I came to Albuquerque. I said, "Albuquerque,
Hey.
you my special ed bitch." No, I'm not saying y'all are retarded, but you know what I mean? Like,
but-
it's just so authentic and
Yeah.
it's small. I'm getting the love I deserve.
Yes.
It's like, it's real. I don't know. I explain it. Just want to give you love.
It's
good.
authentic.
Yeah.
Like you what you see is what you get.
Yeah.
Like, there's not really a whole bunch of hidden motives with all the gente down here.
Yeah, there's
like,
not a
you
lot
see
of
it.
there's
Like,
not a lot of pretense.
there's no gray areas.
Yeah.
It's either I fuck with you or I don't fuck
or
with
I
you.
don't.
And you're gonna know either way.
Yeah, for real. It's like New York in that way. Like, New York is very authentic. Everybody, they got no time
Yeah.
to be fake.
Yeah.
On some bullshit.
Yeah.
And we
But
got plenty
you
of time
got-
out
yeah.
here.
We just don't got money
We
to
just
be
don't
fake.
give a fuck.
Yeah.
And we don't give a fuck, and we don't got enough money.
yeah.
We'll
Yeah,
get to
right,
it
yeah,
tomorrow.
yeah,
We'll
yeah.
get to it tomorrow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it
I'll
is.
talk to you tomorrow, bro.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm gonna hit you.
but
see-
We'll hang out tomorrow, bro.
That's
Y'all
the
are
thing.
hilarious.
That's the thing though that I've always because I love stand-up comedy. I love comedy in general, right? So and I have a huge respect for stand-up comedy. So comedy was never on my radar as far as like something that I was like doing as like a career choice ever. Not one time. I've had people my whole life tell me that I need to like there's a part of your personality that's not showing in your music, like that your whole like you got to. And I was like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Whatever, I'm doing what I'm doing.
You do have a comic personality.
So but like it never was on my radar to do anything like that. And I got such a respect for the art form that I would never step into the ring unless I was fully committed and fully prepared.
Well, you got more respect than most. Thank you.
For real. I mean, I'm
These
just
fools
being real
fucking-
because that's how I am with music too.
Yes,
Like
yes.
I want to know everything about it. Like I got to do it to the best of my ability when I do step in that ring. Not saying that I'm never not. I'm never not going to. Not saying that I'm never not gonna give it a shot.
Yeah.
But you won't see me doing it unless I'm fully committed and fully prepared to it because I respect the craft so much.
I love that, and that's how it should be. It should be for every craft. You know, there's a fool in the scene that talks about, oh, when I was little, I watched this on TV. I watched stand-up comedy on TV, and I said I could do that. I want to set this fool on fire. You know what I mean? I would
I'll
like
get the
to set him
gasoline.
aflame. You know, unfortunately, all the fires right now, God bless. But I just feel like, God damn, it's
Let's
so
just take him over there.
disrespectful, right?
Just
Just
drop
put him
him
in the
off.
forest.
Yeah.
But I feel like no one else would ever do that. Like a baseball person, you know what I mean? Like you don't
Yeah,
show up
no.
on a basketball court talking about,
Yeah.
I saw this on TV. I can do this. Like
Who the fuck's LeBron James? I want it 1-on-1 right now, bruh.
Yeah, so
Because I
People
think
know.
people think it's the same thing with like just entertainment in general.
Yeah.
People look at it as like it's not like substantial thing to do. Like it's just something like, oh, I could talk, I could start a podcast because I know how to talk and I know words. Until you turn on the camera, it's like, oh fuck, this is real shit.
Yeah.
Oh fuck, I'm not funny.
Yeah.
Hold on, I gotta make you laugh. Like, oh shit,
Yeah.
like. It reminds me of you seen that new Joker with not Heath but Heath Ledger with Joaquin Phoenix?
no.
Yeah.
Okay, there's this.
Yeah.
He's like really fucked up. So he wants to be a comedian. That's like his like dream job. And he gets a chance to go do stand up. Yikes! It is fucking.
Does he bomb bad?
But the worst bomb I think I've ever seen. It's so hard to watch. And he thinks it's funny, but he's got like this disease that makes him laugh. So that's the Joker. He like laughs hysterically. So he's trying to tell his jokes, and the more uncomfortable he gets, the more he's laughing. The whole audience is like, "What the fuck is going on?" So it makes me think of that. It's like, okay, just because it looks like it's something, just because you could make your homie laugh,
Yep.
or you think you're funny.
Different fucking scene. You got to go up in front of
Okay.
people.
Let me. I got a little bit of a theory on what you're talking
Leonard's
about.
got a theory.
Come
All right,
on,
Leonard.
hit my button. Hit my button.
Let's go.
Ooh, I love the
Get
theory
it.
music.
Leonard's theory. Leonard's theory.
Okay. So everybody has this ego that they're battling with, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
In the back of your mind, you remember that episode of Seinfeld where George was like, "Oh man, if I had just said that at the right time." Do you know what
That's
I'm talking
every
about?
episode of
I know,
Seinfeld.
right.
George
But that was his character. That was his character,
was
right?
him,
There
yeah.
was a whole episode. I forgot what it was. He was like a business meeting with George Steinbrenner or something, and he was leaving it, and he was like, "Yo, if I had just said the right thing at the perfect time." And I think a lot of people feel that way about comedy. Like, retroactively, they look at their life and like, oh, that's fucking funny. I'm the funniest fucker in my mind ever, you know. But then actually, because I've done this before, you get up on that stage and you try to make a room full of strangers laugh.
That's different.
It is nothing like telling jokes in your head that you think
No.
it's nothing like that.
Not at all. It's like a
nothing like that.
boxer who's training his whole
Yeah,
time. And then
exactly.
he goes
You've
in
been hitting the
ring.
bag.
Yeah,
Bags
you
don't
never
hit
hit
punched
back.
in the
back
face.
Bags do
Whoa.
not hit
Yeah,
back. Exactly right.
No,
Exactly.
you can't. There's no scale except
Yeah.
going out and seeing what the fuck
Yeah,
it feels
you
like.
gotta
Talking about
lose.
that, what's the worst you've bombed? Is there one in your
Dude,
mind?
I
that you're
had
like,
last night. I had a fucking horrible time.
Really?
I'm not gonna lie to you, boys. Listen,
Fresh in your mind.
I never lied since I've been here. I'm not gonna
Let's
start.
go.
But look, Wednesday. I'll preface it with this. Wednesday
Okay.
night, just the night before last, I was at Revel, as we all know, big room.
Yeah.
I did 40 minutes.
Yeah.
And I fucking slaughtered. Like, I mean,
Nice.
people were just like,
Nice.
you know, I've signed a titty in that room, so I feel like a
Nice,
rock star
nice,
over there,
yeah.
you know. And
Yeah.
I gave all stickers away, and that felt amazing. But then the next night, last night, this is how comedy is, folks. Don't try it. Last night I go to, and granted, both these shits are paid. Like it's what I do.
Yeah.
But I go last night to a pizza place, pizza place.
here in Albuquerque?
Yeah. I won't name it. They're very nice. They give us pizza and they pay us. They're
Hey.
so nice.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
No, and we have return customers. I mean, I've been there a couple times now. People, I've seen the same people, whatever. But I was telling you earlier, the first comic got into it with a heckler, and the heckler threatened to kick his ass.
Bukkake.
And then the kid was like, "Come on, let's go outside." Like it was a whole situation, and it infected the whole room.
Yeah, it just ruins.
Yeah,
the
it
whole
infected the
spirit
whole
of
room,
it.
yeah.
That's how fast that's how fast art in general can be just like destroyed. It's a vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any art that you choose, it's a vibe, and as soon as that vibe gets infected in a weird way, it fucks it all up.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's crazy, dude, because it doesn't have to be like that. Like if the audience, because and also the room has a lot to do with it with comedy. This shit is bright as fuck in this room. Like I could see everyone. There were children there. I'm like, I'm about to talk about my vagina. You're gonna have some answers that you're gonna have to give on the way home.
Little Jimmy, close your ears.
Exactly. Like, put on the
Mommy,
earmuffs.
what's a vagina? Mommy, have you ever had a bukkake?
Bukkake, exactly. I'm like, I'm about to tell a story.
Did Daddy give you a bukkake, Mommy?
That's how you're here.
That's how you're. I wiped it off.
I put a little. Yeah.
Daddy doesn't like to waste, little Jimmy.
Exactly.
Daddy's not wasteful.
Recycle.
Turkey.
Recycle.
Yeah, so last night, so it was bright as fuck. And look, the kid who was hosting, I love him. He's so good. He tried to have collective deep breaths in the room. You know shit is going badly when you have to meditate
you gotta
with
turn
the
it into a
fucking
yoga
audience.
session?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you got to
crazy.
take it. Everybody
breathe.
And then my friend who was there, who's a local chick, she said afterwards, she goes, yeah, we're a little uptight because this one homegirl who was at the table that was heckling, she kept walking in and out of the place.
Going to the trunk.
And everybody's like, the gun's coming. And like, I was like, oh, Albuquerque, you're so crazy. I mean,
That's crazy. Like,
Yeah.
if you see, you very rarely accidentally end up at a comedy show.
that's what I'm saying. And he announced it even. He doesn't even sabotage it. He doesn't like, rah. He doesn't spring it on everyone.
Come eat pizza and get made fun of. It's not like that. It's like, here comes the show.
No, he says, he's like, hey, you guys, in like
We're gonna
10 or
do a
15
show.
minutes, there's going to be a comedy show. If you don't want to stay, we totally won't take it personal. Please, but know that we're going to be on this microphone and
Yeah.
talking
Talking
into
shit.
it.
Shit,
Yeah.
yeah.
And like, wow.
They ain't give a
oh my
fuck.
God.
Yeah, no, it's.
I mean, I got laughs, but I like to fucking para. Like I like to slaughter, and you shouldn't want it. That's not Buddhist.
yeah.
I try to practice Buddhism.
I like to slaughter the whole fucking crowd.
Yeah, I try to.
So last
practice.
night's standing out in your mind.
Yeah, I'm not gonna fucking. Yeah. It was
Yeah.
hard,
Do you
man.
have a next show?
Yeah.
Performance?
Well, nothing until the first Friday of June. With the 3rd, yeah, 'cause at the Guild Cinema, that little art house theater.
Yeah.
I do it the first Friday every month.
Oh, that's dope.
Oh,
And
really?
it's after Art Walk, so if you want to come down, it's at 10:30.
Yeah, that
and it's
sounds-
fun. He packs it out every time. It's crazy in the little movie theater. It's cute.
Yeah.
See, that's something else that I
Yeah.
wanted to talk to you about. It seems like, from an outside perspective, it seems like y'all got like a really dope ass comedy scene popping off down
There
here.
is a nice scene, yo. You're not lying.
It seems like y'all all fuck with each other. It
Yeah.
seems like it's all love, and y'all
Yeah.
are just out here just fucking making people laugh and doing what the fuck y'all love to do.
That's what's up.
That's
what's up.
so dope.
And I'm telling you, this is my special ed class. I am so fucking serious. It's like, when could I ever say there are 9 other women that do comedy here? Like
That's
9.
dope.
Yeah.
And that's it. And there's no gold ring where everybody's like, for each other. You know what I mean? Like I would go to the comedy store in Hollywood. I used to go there every Monday. I was on Kill Tony a few times. I don't know if you guys fuck with that. It's a little low hanging fruit for me, but I try to get on there. It's good on the resume,
Yeah.
But god damn, you're sitting outside with 400 comics at least.
That's fucking crazy.
And they maybe will pull like 15 names.
Yeah.
That's
Damn.
that's
Every
crazy.
week they show up. Every week. I mean,
Damn.
and in New York too, like you could go in the West Village of New York City, like you could go to like 6 different shows in one fucking night. Like you all just around these same blocks. It's insane.
Yeah, that sounds like it's very oversaturated.
It's oversaturated. But here, it's beautiful because I'm seeing it grow. And there are a couple, speaking of New York, there's a couple women that are from here that just came back that were in New York for like 10 years. And they were doing comedy out there. So they brought all their like passion and energy from there to here. And they're opening a comedy club downtown.
so
Nice.
dope.
Dry heat comedy, baby.
So dope.
Yeah.
This is exactly
Yeah.
why I don't take that shit lightly. Exactly why, because it's something that it shouldn't be, bro, because it's an art form that I feel people overlook.
Well, hell yeah. Well, we're still down on the bottom of the totem pole
People
as far as
overlook it.
art is concerned.
Yeah, it's crazy
They're like,
because-
y'all are dumb,
It's crazy.
It is.
That's why I'm telling you, I've said this multiple times. I will not, fuck that. It's too, I respect it too much. Like any other art form that I fuck with.
Yeah.
For me, it's just like, nah. Not until the situation's ready or I wouldn't be full in, because it sounds like you guys are putting something together that's just super, super dope.
Well, yes, and thank you for noticing, and I'll tell the kids because they'll flip out. I mean, you know, you're a celeb in the town.
Yikes.
And, gunshots this time, guys. Gunshots this time. And but you know, they work hard, and that's how come I love it. Like I see everyone working so hard because I noticed what happens in a bigger city, and even in Phoenix. I was in Phoenix a couple weeks ago for a show, and I noticed at the club I played at, these motherfuckers are lazy.
Hey.
They're standing around like, yeah, I'm interesting, just talking here. You know, like, bitch, you're not at all. I don't know.
Go work the room. Go make some noise. Go talk to people.
And I might talk shit right now about Louis C.K. for a second, but if you look back on a couple of his specials, I know a lot of people love him, but a couple of his specials really make it seem like if you're just some dude and you want to talk, welcome. Here's a stool. Sit your fat ass down and fucking bore us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I told you I was gonna talk shit, but you know, but it's like I enjoy what he did and everything like that. But it pushed, like it went less Dave Attell. You know that dude,
Yes.
Insomniac, crazy ass.
Yeah.
He's so psychedelic and interesting. It went from him to Louis, and then to Joe. And I was like, what is going on? Are we going to the right here? Like, what the fuck is going on?
I like Joe, though.
I mean, he's
like
fine
Joe.
and he does what he does. But I feel like because of
I don't
these
think
men, they
I don't look
influence
at him
these
as-
young men. I don't hate on what they're doing. I appreciate them and I love my comedy people. But what they've done in this to the business of comedy is they've put young white men in these positions where they think they can just go and talk.
Yeah.
And that never was like that before.
Right.
I've been around for a fucking couple decades. I told you guys, it's weird for me to see it.
Yeah.
Well, look at Carlin. Look at George
Carlin was a
Yeah, that's what
brilliant.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yikes.
Oh my
So
God.
his last one that he did on HBO, I still watch it. I'm like, oh my God.
And he's like a senior citizen.
If God is real, may he strike all you motherfuckers dead in here right now. When he talks about heaven, he's all, it's crazy. He's all, how many people are up there? They're just looking down. I got to die from here and go up there to come back and watch you motherfuckers? That's my job? Carlin, like,
Yes,
man.
brilliant.
Yeah, he was sharp.
He's one of my favorites.
He was sharp.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I guess you would call it the middle class of comedy is those white guys who just are like, hey,
That's the middle
here's some
class.
Yeah,
They're
it's
the
like,
ones that live in the cul-de-sac.
yeah, and we're getting rid of the middle class, dog. We're done.
They're the cul-de-sac comics. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah,
They
exactly.
drive a Fiat.
Yeah,
Their wife has varicose veins.
Yeah, and at the best, it's like a McMansion. Yeah, that's
Hey, where'd you get that new lawnmower there, Todd? Oh man, it was on sale at Home Depot the other day.
I cannot stand. This is the third Todd.
Yeah, it's Todd.
I love
It's
that
always
Todd.
Todd.
Is your white
It's
guy.
always Todd.
See, Patrice O'Neill had Philip, right? With the Black Phillip show, so he left
Todd.
Philip to say Philip was the white guy.
Mine's
Patrice.
Todd, Kyle. Kyle's another good one. And Brad.
That's good.
I
Okay.
got Todd, Kyle, and Brad.
That's very good.
Yes. I knew a Brad, and that fucker was crazy as shit. We all need that one crazy white friend, though.
Hey, I knew a crazy fucking Brad too. Shout out to you,
Yeah,
Brad.
shout out to
What's
Crazy
up,
Brad.
dog?
I feel
What's
like
up?
I feel like we
I
all
am the
need.
crazy white
See what I'm
friend.
saying? But see,
I was.
I had
Still am.
one crazy white male friend, and that motherfucker was bonkers.
Yeah.
He would do some shit. I'm like, dude, why do you want to smoke like that? Can we just smoke regular? Can we just smoke weed, bro? Like, why do we have to hang upside down from your fucking mom's porch, then jump on the trampoline after? Dog, what the fuck is wrong with you, man? Roll a blunt, bro. Let's play video games. What the fuck are you doing, Brad?
Man, my Brad was just like
My Brad.
skittish.
My Brad.
Like he just had this energy where he was just like always like he was electric.
Yeah.
Like you talk to him and you're just like, how are you standing still? Like I'm so amazed that I can keep like his attention because he was just kind of like moving constantly. It
That's
was,
fucking
I
funny.
love Brad. He was great to work with because he moved at 100 miles an hour all the time. It was amazing.
Sounds like Brad had ADHD.
He may have.
Undiagnosed.
He may
Or
have.
diagnosed, and he was just fucking going
He
hammer
may
time on the
have.
Adderalls.
I'm not gonna tell you your
Hey, we
secrets,
ain't throwing Brad
Brad.
under the
I'm
bus.
not gonna
We
tell
ain't
you your
throwing Brad
secrets.
under the
B-Rad.
B-Rad.
I
Malibu's
love
Most
Brad.
Wanted. That's my favorite Brad.
Hey, I just seen, that's funny you brought that up. I don't know what the fuck Jamie Kennedy was doing, but he was doing some kind of like speaking engagement. And they were asking questions to the crowd, and they went, and then the chick's like, I got a question. And she's like, well, really, it's a request. She's like, do you still know any of the raps from Malibu's Most Wanted? And he's old as fuck now. Like, he looks...
Yeah. He doesn't
He
look
does
good.
not look like Malibu's Most Wanted, B-Rad G, man.
I mean, he might look like the Most Wanted.
Yes,
like
now.
maybe a homeless
He's
man
looking a
wandering
little
in
more
Malibu.
Edward Furlong versus
Like a
B-Rad
blanket.
G.
Like he needs
Yes.
like he would have a blanket.
He looks like he probably hangs out with Ron Jeremy.
Yes.
He's hanging with Ron
Scary.
Jeremy. He's not looking good, man.
No, he doesn't like. He looks
my God.
disheveled.
You know, I hope...
Gary Busey's
Yeah.
what the mugshot
Yes,
of Gary Busey.
thank you,
Right?
100%. Yes, thank you. We're on the same page here.
Thank you,
Yes.
thank you. I knew
So-
I loved you. Okay, cool. Yeah.
So
yeah.
Damn, it's
he's,
like
I don't know
that.
what the fuck they're,
Wow.
no idea what this is, right? But it looks like he's giving like a motivational talk. He looks like Great Value brand Gary V right now,
Oh,
right?
no.
And so he asked her, and then she's like, "Do you know any of the raps from Malibu's Most Wanted?" And he just like, everybody starts like, "Yeah, oh my God, this motherfucker's gonna rap." And what did he say? He's all, "Earth is my planet." Throw up in the sink and I go clean it up with Comet. He knew it. He killed it. He looked
kinda
crazy.
love that.
He looks like he smells like an ashtray and like Fritos.
yeah, for real.
But
Yeah.
he killed it. Whatever
Oh,
he's
I
doing,
love
man, just take a shower, dog, or something.
Yeah.
Run a brush through your hair.
Much
Yeah,
love
he
though.
looked
Hey, we
good.
love that movie though, dog.
Yeah,
we
that's-
love
that
that's the
movie.
classic.
That shit's
dog.
crazy,
That's
bro.
just so goofy.
So
Super
stupid.
goofy.
I love it.
That shit's fucking nuts. So
Yeah.
what did we get on? Oh, we were talking about Chappelle. That's where we went.
yes.
I wanted
Yes.
to. So we kind of talked about it.
people getting
So
beat.
people getting beat up and people getting freaked out now with the state of the world and comedy, and
Yeah.
it just seems like people are just like, bro, shut the fuck up, stop crying, bro, laugh or get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, everybody takes themselves
the
too
whole
serious.
cancel culture situation.
I don't even
It
really
feels like for some reason they tried to like aim it wherever the fuck they could, and for the past like 3 years, I feel like the target's been on comedians.
Oh yeah.
They're like, we got
yeah.
you motherfuckers on our sites. What do you say? What'd you say? Oh, no. You can't say that. You can't say that. Blah, blah, blah. We're going to cancel him. Let's dig up everything that he did. Oh, he had a tweet about this and that back in fucking 2003.
Yeah,
Look at
those
his MySpace
are
page.
horrifying.
There's a picture of his dick on his
Yeah,
MySpace page.
yeah.
Oh, my God.
That shit is
It's
awful.
crazy.
Awful.
Like,
yeah.
what the fuck? So it
Yeah.
really, that whole cancel culture
I don't believe in
bullshit, neither do I. It pisses me the fuck off.
They're
Yeah.
coming after artists in
It's
general.
free speech. They're
It's,
coming
yeah,
after.
exactly. It's artists in general, but when you're making movies, it's so expensive that it's easy
Yeah.
to siphon off the people
Oh, yeah.
that you don't want telling stories.
Yeah.
When it comes to music, it's a little harder, but
But-
it still can be done.
Yes.
Comedy, it's very, very difficult because anyone can get on a mic
Yep.
at any given point in
And
time
talk.
and talk and make you fucking laugh and make you think.
And now the
that's what they're
platform-
like trying to shut
And now
down.
the platform's
They're
so
trying to stop
massive.
it.
Oh, yeah.
You could
It's too much.
accidentally just be like, boom.
Yeah.
You could say some
Exactly.
shit, someone records it, and like, oh shit, this stand-up comic down in Albuquerque said some crazy shit, and now they're all over CNN.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
And then they dig up, I mean, come on,
I
bro.
wish
Nobody.
I would
They
get
try
in
to
fucking
bury you.
trouble. Get me in trouble.
You gotta say some
Oh,
wild
look
shit.
at my shit. Are
Yeah.
you? Do
Hey.
you not? I
Say
mean,
some more.
I don't
Wilder
think tonight
shit.
you thought.
What-
I
what's-
talk about abortion.
Yeah,
I
I
talk
know.
about
See, there you go.
bukkake. I talk
True.
about
True.
COVID. You know, I have a new
True.
bit that I just put on TikTok tonight. Kids, come on. I said, hey, COVID. COVID's a lot like herpes for me. Like I should have gotten it by now. Come on. You know what I'm talking
If you
about.
haven't,
No, Leonard. I make you wrap it up, bitch.
oh,
Hey.
I know.
I'm sorry.
You
go to
ain't
the
gotta make
doctor.
me.
Okay,
you
good.
ain't gotta make me.
You go to the
Because I feel
doctor.
like if you're a chick and you don't want him to wrap it up, a motherfucker will
Yeah,
wrap it up.
I know
Oh, this
enough
bitch
about
doesn't
you.
want to
yeah.
wrap it up. I'm wrapping it up.
No, it's like, what do you mean, no? What do you mean?
Yeah,
No.
I'm going to wrap it.
When
up.
she
I'm
says,
leaving.
I don't like those. Like, well,
Ooh.
neither do I, but
Yeah.
I'm liking you less and less right
Yeah.
now. I don't like them either, bro. You think
No,
I
no.
like fucking a plastic bag? No, it doesn't feel as good, right? I mean,
not
I can
the
still get the job done.
You gotta do.
It's not the
You
same.
got to do what you got to do,
You
right?
gotta.
But that's a
You don't know
huge
somebody.
red flag. The biggest. That, I'm not going to lie, I've ignored a lot of times. I'm not even going to lie. I've
had
ignored
men
it.
made of red flags, sir.
Red flag, yeah.
I can't catch eyes with homeless gentlemen on Central Avenue because they look at me and they're like, "Hey, this lady would fucking shower me," and I'm like, "I would, fuck, I would, I have,
man.
I will again."
I used to work at the red flag store.
Oh yeah, so
Yeah,
you know,
I sold those motherfuckers.
you saw,
out.
yeah. So
I used to sell them right there on the corner of like Montgomery and the freeway.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Right
yeah.
there on
with
like
the
I-25.
purses.
You know, with
Yeah.
the purses and the big,
Yeah.
the big flag. I used to be there with a red flag. What's up, bro? You
I know
red
exactly
flag.
what you're talking
You a
about.
red flag. You a red flag.
swoop, swoop.
Yeah. Nah.
skiing through all those
if
shits.
she says that's what they always hit you with too. It's that they won't tell you just like take it off or don't use it. They'd be like, oh no, I don't like those. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Oh, I mean, neither do I.
Yeah.
I've never had. Can you imagine a guy like Can you imagine? Listen, I love using condoms. Let's use them all the time.
I know. It'd
Come
be
on,
kinda,
bro.
Different.
I don't like sex without a condom. It feels weird. Well, yeah. Okay, Todd.
I gotta tell you, I was fucking this kid recently. I mean, he's the only person I've been fucking since I've been here, but I love 20-something. Anyways, so I'm like, ooh, my abortion's come back to date me. So we were fucking, and then like, you know how you fuck and then you use the condom and then it's over and then you like start fucking around again and then maybe the dick comes like real close.
Yeah.
And then like maybe the tip goes in and then maybe the shaft follows. Hey. And I was like, oh, and then I said to him, I go, oh, I can't believe that you're, I can't believe you're in there raw. And he goes, I can't believe you're letting me.
It's a surprise for everyone.
I was like, we better stop. He's like, yeah. Like, we both were like, we gotta stop. This shit is
That's fucking
red
funny.
fucking flags.
Yeah.
That's funny.
But you gotta, the ones that hit you with that, you gotta run, dog.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah.
It's not safe. It's
No.
not safe. We'd at least been together a few times. I mean, I don't know where the fuck he goes. I'm sure he goes all over. He's a young gentleman. I appreciate
Safer
it.
though, safer.
Yeah, I mean, I went out and bought magnums and everything. I was like,
Yeah.
I got the
Good luck.
magnums. Yeah.
See, where I think where I kind of fucked up is the first time, like we tried, right? The first time I was ever with, let's see, first time I had sex, 15? Mm-hmm. 15 or 14?
Yeah.
Something like that. It was like, from when I was
young.
6 on, that was the main fucking goal, right?
I was gonna
from
say,
6
I mean,
to when
yeah.
we reached the goal line here,
Right.
that was the main objective,
Yeah.
right? So when it was on the table, I'm like, all right, bet. I didn't have a condom. She didn't have a condom. So we're like, all right, we got to find some fucking condoms. Like we shouldn't have been out. We had both snuck out. We were like at a hotel. Man. We even went to the cashier. We're like, hey man, listen. Y'all got any rubbers? Yeah. He's all, nah, man, we just check people into the hotel. We don't carry rubbers up in this motherfucker. I'm like, well, there's a whole business that you're missing out on, motherfucker.
It's true. They could make money.
You're fucking up, bro.
A machine or something.
Listen, y'all need a condom
At a
machine.
hotel?
Yes.
We spent at least an hour and a half trying, right? And we got back to the hotel room, and she's just like, well, you just want to do it without one? And I was 15. I'm like, you look pretty clean.
That's
Let me
what
see. Open your mouth. Let me see. Stick your tongue out. Ancestors, please.
Exactly. A little prayer.
Please help me here. So my first time was it was raw dog all the way out.
Oh, that's how you got 4
I
kids.
fucked up. Right? That's how you got. That's how you got 4 kids.
Yeah.
That's how you got
I
4
jumped right to the end of that
I
story
fucked
because
up,
I
bro.
got it.
Yeah, I went right to the end. That's the end of the story. 4 kids later. Listen, I fucked up, bro. You can't start there.
Exactly.
You
right.
cannot do
Yeah,
that because
exactly.
after I remember when we tried to go backwards, I'm like,
This ain't right.
sucks.
Yeah,
This
this
isn't
is
right.
garbage.
This is trash.
Yeah.
What are we doing? I'm glad we never found that condom. But no, I wasn't, right? So, but I fucked up. That was my first time. I was not safe. I tried. I gave it the good college fucking try.
Look, if you want to go back to my first time, it was an adult, so we didn't have a condom
Okay.
either. That's nasty.
Yeah, see, we were
It's
both
true
kids.
though. It's funny because it's true. I mean, you know, incest isn't nice, but yeah. I mean, you know, most people get molested. Let's just be honest, right? Most people. I don't mean to be, make a generalization,
it's
but unfortunately, especially young women,
Define molested.
will get touched inappropriately as a child, or penetrated, or dealt with inappropriately as a child. Look, you have kids, you know how you would or wouldn't act with them.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
why the doll
That's
is
everywhere.
like, this is the bad place.
Yeah.
You know, there is
Yeah.
there is sacred spaces.
Yeah.
So when there's no sacred spaces, then how do you learn how to navigate?
Yeah.
what's off limits and
Yeah.
what's
Yeah.
not.
How do you draw
That's
the
how
boundaries?
come you
How do
let
you draw the
guys
boundaries?
come on your face.
That's why there's $40
On a Tuesday
Bukkake
That's
shows.
right.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
right.
But there's a whole industry.
I mean, come
Whole
on.
industry.
I was doing it for free for a really long time, which is bad. My bad.
You know what's funny? Now that we bring that industry up, that was another after in 7th grade. Hey, shout out to my cousin Joe. This was our goal here in 7th grade, right? No, I'm good. We were gonna graduate and then move to Cali and star in pornos.
Nice.
That was the goal.
Oh, that's pretty smart though.
In 7th grade, I'm like, bro, they're gonna pay us to fuck these bitches.
Yeah.
That's
Man,
what
I
was
couldn't-
happening.
You'd have been ahead of the game.
Hey, I couldn't fuck right now if I wanted to. Nobody even wants to hold my fucking hand. I could get paid to do that shit. Sign me up, coach. Put me in. I'm ready to play. So that was our like, all right, we got to graduate. We're going to save money. We're going to move to Cali, and we're going to go star in porno. That was the goal, bro.
Graduate, save money. You guys were already doing positive shit.
Yeah,
and then
we
it
were
was just
doing it,
like,
bro.
and then we're gonna go.
And then we're going to go fuck and get paid,
Yeah.
right?
That's a great idea though, because
Hey, you got
growing
any
up
more
in LA.
pre-rolls?
Say what?
I'm sorry. You got any more pre-rolls?
Not any pre's.
Okay.
I got papers on the other side, though.
All right, for sure.
Because growing up in Los Angeles, there's like a weird energy in the city because all these people from around the world come there to try to get famous,
Oh, yeah.
and then they don't.
So
And then
everybody's-
there's that energy,
That, like, fuck you.
Oh yeah, it's a sad energy out there. But when I was a little kid, porn industry. So if you didn't make it in the movie industry,
go over there.
you could go to
Yeah.
the Valley, Simi Valley, or San Fernando Valley, where they did the porn, and you could get a career. So we were always like, look at old Ashley Assbanger. She fucking came from Idaho and wanted to be an actress,
Now
and now
she's
she's
out
getting
here
banged in the ass.
Bukkakes
God
at
bless
2 in
her.
the afternoon.
Yeah, on a Tuesday.
On a Tuesday.
But that's when porn was big, in the 80s. Porn
That's when there was
big.
like, yeah, well, that's when you had to like go get, like now it's just fucking free all the time.
Yeah, that's why it went out of biz.
Who the fuck? I drive by these porn shops. How the fuck do those even exist anymore?
I'll tell you.
How?
Video
Please
Max
explain
is
this to
always
me.
packed.
What
tell
the
you,
fuck?
Video Max has people in
it's-
the lot.
Listen, women like toys.
Still though, there's a lot of
Still-
videos in these places.
Yeah, there's a lot
no,
of
I know,
videos.
but that was my next point. Men like the visual.
Yeah,
so
it's true.
the men are buying the visual, and then they got a whole room of dildos
Yes.
everywhere. So that's
Do they have
just
the peep
kind of
shows
the
here?
thing.
Do they have the
No,
peep shows here?
I don't
No?
think so.
Peep shows?
Yeah, like where you could put
Where, like,
like
you
a
go pay
token,
money and she comes in and she dances?
Yeah, like
No,
the window comes up.
not
Oh,
like that.
I
No,
gotta tell y'all
yeah.
a story.
Let's hear it.
Yes.
Okay, so
Go.
in New York City, before Giuliani came and made everything fucking Disney,
Yeah.
I lived like on 43rd and 8th Avenue, which Times Square is 42nd and like 7th. So it's like right around the corner. So everything on 8th Avenue was porn stores, peep shows. Go in, put a token in, the thing slides up. Okay, so I have, I grew up with some rough people. A friend of mine was going to prison, and so we were like, we got to take him to the peep show before he goes to prison.
Yeah.
Of course, just like the Bukkake
He's
party.
gotta
I'm
have-
always thinking of you
he's gotta have
guys. I
some
love
in
you
the
guys.
Rolodex.
Yeah,
He's gotta have some in the Rolodex.
I want these. I'm supportive of my men,
Yeah.
and so me and his girlfriend and him, we all go in, and there's a booth, and it's small. It's just for one person, but we pile into the booth, and they both look at me and they're like, "Don't laugh," because they know my ass. I'm like, oh, this is a guy. I can't wait to talk about this. So they put in the token, and I thought the window was going to go up, and there was going to be like a glass or a plexi.
No
this
glass.
bitch, this pussy was there, like it was yelling at us, like it was just like, raw, like I was like, good God, and she was just like, like, oh my goodness gracious, and I just, of course, I'm like, bah! And I just start laughing, they're like, shut up, and then it goes down, and I was like,
crazy.
what? Yeah.
I need more money. Open
Yeah,
this
so
motherfucker.
they put in another one, and she's like, and we're like, oh my God, and they're like, shh, just let the woman work, you know?
Let her do her
All right.
magic.
And then, and so that was a fun one. But then I went to one with my ex-boyfriend, and we went to like one of the peep show ones where you can watch like videos or whatever. You can like
Oh,
click
yeah, you
through
could go
it,
in and
you
like
know?
watch it. Yeah.
Yeah, but they're not totally enclosed, which is
Yeah.
weird. Like you see other feet and shit. Like, it's
That's
I was
that's
like,
worse
we're
than
not
taking.
alone.
That's
Like-
worse than taking a shit next to somebody in a public restroom.
Yes, I can
way
take
worse.
a shit anywhere. I can take a shit anywhere.
Yeah,
That
but
doesn't upset me. But
I could take a shit anywhere, but I can't sit there and jack off just anywhere in
Exactly.
public. Can you imagine going to this? Can you imagine going to this fucking porn store over here, right here on San Mateo and shit?
Fantasy.
And there's a,
World?
no, not the
No.
porn store.
Seductions.
I think it's called
Oh,
Seduction.
yeah,
It used to be
yeah,
called.
yeah.
It used to be called the fucking newsroom or
Yeah,
some shit like that.
newsstand or whatever. Yeah.
No fuck. See, and that is my point. I'm glad you brought me back to what the fuck I was trying to say. Fellas, you said we're visual. Porn is fucking free. Why the fuck are you going and buying porno videos? Who's keeping these places in business? Who's watching this shit? When I see the signs for porn videos available, next stop, I'm like, ugh, bruh, what the fuck? It is free, bruh. you're not going to get my money anymore.
Well, maybe some of these places, I hope you could watch there. Like that there's a booth where you could watch. Like at Video Max, when we do shows at Revel, you drive by Video Max.
Yeah.
See, the fucking cars are packed in there.
Popping?
They're
Yeah.
still packed
That's
in there when
crazy.
we leave the
Somebody-
show. So maybe they're watching a movie.
That's
or
crazy,
something, I hope.
I could
Or-
never
or
see
making
myself.
one.
Or
Could you
making
imagine
a
yourself?
movie.
Okay.
Ooh, I love that idea.
Could you imagine yourself going to Video Max and standing in a booth and jacking off next to fucking 5 other people in their booth?
No, but I'm not thinking about that.
I'm not thinking about that. Very true. Very
at
true.
all.
I guess. But
at
like
all.
being bent over like the video screen where I'm like my head is up against like the fucking porn going on. I'm like, this isn't hot. And he's like jamming me from behind. And
is.
then I see other people's feet. I'm like,
Yeah,
don't
no.
look. But I've been
Reach
there.
under it. Hey, brother, you got a hot towel, bro? Hold up. Hey, homie, you got a hot towel, dog? We're out over here.
You got a baby
A
wipe
hot
in there?
one?
Yeah.
A hot one?
A hot towel, bro. You got to keep it classy, Leonard.
Yeah,
Right?
I got a wet one,
Could
bro.
have a
Listen.
baby wipe, babe.
Listen.
Some sort of wipage.
I keep it classy, bro. When
Indeed.
I'm like, listen, I'm going to get you a warm towel, baby girl.
Yeah.
That's
So we're gonna
nice.
keep it.
to
We're
heat
gonna keep it
up.
classy.
That's
And I
nice.
come back and it's just like a wet wipe.
Yeah.
We were out of warm towels.
It's that baby wipe.
Here's the
Yeah,
antibacterial.
it's like-
Hey, here's the antibacterial wipe I use for my son's hands. It's,
She's like, it stings.
it's a disinfectant. That's because you got COVID down there.
There's a little hot sauce in there, bitch. I know what you're up to.
You got COVID coochie.
I hate
You got
guys.
COVID coochie. Use some antibacterial wipes.
Hey. Oh no.
Yikes! I wonder what variant it is. Smells like the Omicron.
Yeah.
Well, remember when Michael Douglas said that he got fucking throat
That's
cancer
fucking
from
crazy.
pussy, and I was like,
remember
fuck
thinking
you,
to myself,
old man.
"You're a dumbass, bro.
Yeah.
I love eating
I hate
pussy.
it.
What the fuck is
Yeah.
wrong with you,
He
bro?"
said he got
Dick.
throat. Wait, hold
What a
on. He
dick.
said he
But
got
he
throat
said
cancer.
You don't remember
Nah.
that? He said
He
he
got
got
throat
throat
cancer.
cancer from eating pussy.
From eating pussy?
Yeah.
Listen.
You can get throat cancer
What's
from
the
eating
scientific
No,
fact?
No. Listen. What kind of
I'm
pussy
just
were you
checking.
eating,
I'm just
Mr. Michael?
checking.
No. And listen.
Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Yeah,
Listen.
yeah. I mean,
It's
I hope not.
I guarantee her pussy does not have cancer,
That's
bro.
what I'm
better
saying.
not.
No, he's
He's
a
fucking
nasty
crazy.
ass.
I
He
got-
plus, how much cocaine did that fool do in the 70s? Fuck everybody.
Listen.
He was snorting it off pussies in the 70s.
I'll be the
Come
first
on.
person to say, if eating pussy gives me throat cancer, hey, then that's the way I was meant to
God
go,
bless.
bro.
That's why we love
That's
this guy.
the way I was meant to go.
That's
The
what's up.
universe works in mysterious ways, and that's not a mystery. If it gives me throat cancer, listen, my creator, I'll be seeing you.
so be it.
So be it.
I feel the same way.
Because it has to be like the way I look at it. I think a lot of people, a lot of dudes, are just scared to eat pussy.
Really?
Yeah,
From what I'm seeing and
Yeah.
hearing from some of the younger dudes, they're like, I'm like, bro, what the fuck is wrong with you? Why, bro?
Scared?
Scared. Listen, they're
No, you
trying.
know,
Listen, you know what they're trying to do,
Okay.
Leonard? They know what
I
they're trying to
know.
do,
Go.
right? Okay, so
Go.
say you. I know all of us has probably had a hoopty every now and again. Everybody's
Indeed.
went through a
Oh,
hoopty
yeah,
phase,
a
right?
couple.
So you remember in the morning when it was really, really fucking cold, and you'd go and just try and cold start your hoopty. Mm-hmm. It didn't like you.
Yeah.
You can just drive away in your hoopty with a cold start. You're gonna be putting out. You're gonna be fucking dying at the stop sign. But listen, what happens when you let that engine purr? When you let that engine warm up, what happens? It gets you safely to your destination.
Mm-hmm.
You
If
call my
you-
pussy a hoopty?
No, I knew we were gonna go there.
Okay.
I'm calling pussy a warmed up engine. If you get me.
okay. Thank
I'm
you,
saying
thank you.
these motherfuckers are trying to drive off in a cold car.
Uh-huh. Well, they're trying to choke. They're trying to choke and
see
spit
it,
their way out of
okay.
it. Like
Yes.
I got to tell you, they're watching porn, and I'm fucking these young guys, and they're spitting on my pussy, and I'm like, stop,
Yeah.
stop, guys. First of all, it's wet enough already. Let's stop it, please. Come on, let's not be fucking weird. And I just feel like, what in the fuck are you learning?
Yeah.
They're not learning anything
Yeah.
that's of any help.
No.
Yeah.
The choking and the spitting, and girls are like, I don't mind, I like it. And I'm like, do
No, they
you
don't.
like it, or
No,
do
they
you like it
don't.
because you think he wants to do it?
No, they
Well,
don't.
There's a
I think
difference.
he wants to do it. I'm like,
Yeah.
then don't do it, babe. And find out where you feel good. Like I always tell girls, find out where it feels good when you touch yourself. We have to get over the shame of us masturbating. Everybody always talks about dudes fucking yeah. Like I get it. Well, you guys are fucking jizzing all over,
This
right?
guy right
But,
here.
Jay, come on.
Listen, he's sitting here like, when I get out of the pod tonight,
But I'm
I'm
saying,
gonna stop
like,
at Video Max.
I don't even know where that motherfucker
you
is.
guys, you brought it up earlier, even like with women, and it goes back to a very old time. And this is going to be weird. I'll bring this up a lot, but remember Kinsey, Dr. Kinsey? He worked on sex in the 60s.
Oh, yeah.
And he came out with a male book about sex.
Mm-hmm.
And it was all about men and jizz and balls and fucking pubes. All y'all's shit. But then it was so popular, he was like, hold up, y'all. I'm gonna go talk to some bitches. And then everyone was like, no, not my grandma, what a whore. And
Granny liked to take it in the ass.
yeah, and we're like, we're not made of cinnamon fucking sticks.
No.
You know what I mean? We actually give more fucking power to this planet than any dude. And I think that's where the whole thing comes in, is like a bitch gives life and dudes are like, she's a witch. You know what I mean? Like, they're like, we should shame them about their pussies. Shame. You know, and it's like, are you vaginoplasty? Could you imagine if chicks were like, guys, you should really rework the dick. It's not pretty. I don't like looking at it. I don't like putting it in my mouth. Like, guys are like, ugh, your pussy looks weird. Fuck you. You think I like looking at your balls? Like, come on, you dicks. Like, then I feel like it's not even, it's never been a fucking even playing field. And I don't want to call that out like I'm girls don't get the but it's just honestly in sex. That's why I'm worried, because I know girls that have had children that haven't had orgasms.
That's fucking bonkers.
And that's fucked up. And when the fuck are you gonna have time for your goddamn orgasm when you got little fucking Troy Brad running around? Yeah, fucking trying to
upside down on your porch.
Yeah, he's a bat and a vampire trampoline.
See, and that's what I'm saying. Like, it's crazy, because it seems like there's like a level of like, I don't know, fear. That might not be the right word, but it's like, bro, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, what the fuck? And that's why what I was trying to say was not calling pussies hoopties.
Yeah.
Although there is some hoopties out there.
Well, look,
right?
there's
just
hoopty
I'm
dicks
sure,
as well.
just because I'm sure there's hoopty dick too,
Yeah,
right?
hell yeah,
I'm sure
hell yeah.
it's even out here,
Yeah.
right? So these motherfuckers are trying to drive off in a cold car, and they're expecting results.
Yeah.
Homie, you're gonna break down on the way to work. But if you warm that car up, it's nice, it's inviting, it's ready to fucking go, bruh. And she's ahead of you already. You're winning the game here, because she's already started and finished and revved up her engine. Let's keep it real here. We're simple as fuck. It's over. That's it. Point blank, period. You guys are like bro, we're like checkers and y'all are like chess.
Yeah.
It takes some preparation and know-how. You can't just stick your dick in and be like, oh yeah, let's get it. That's not how it fucking works.
Okay, let me ask you this then. Where are they going to learn that? Because
we need to make a new version of porn,
because
a learned one.
Porn is the other end of the extreme of the romance
That's
novel
true.
shit, right?
And
so women who are like just all they know is romance novels and that sort of like rom-com shit.
That's what they want.
They don't understand men at all. Men who are just inundated with porn have no clue how women think.
So you're saying
they don't understand.
So you're saying that homie that's jacking off to stepmom porn is not going to relate to old girl that reads Danielle Steele novels. Is that what you're trying to tell me here?
Exactly.
They're going to show up to the date and she's going to be like,
it's worse than Danielle Steele.
Listen, they're going to show up to the date.
There's a few.
She's going to be like, I love just beautiful walks on the Sandias. He's like, well, I like choking bitches.
Yeah.
I
thought that's what you like.
I like bukkake parties.
And she would be looking at him like, but I thought you wanted to give me rose petals and massages.
He's like, I want to fuck you on a rose petal.
I want to fuck you in your ear, bitch. Like,
it would actually be lovely if there was a conversation like this. I actually agree with the conversation. Look, there's no conversation.
Yeah, because people are still weird about it.
No one talks anymore.
No, it's fucking weird.
No talking. There's no talking. There's no asking. There's no, hey, can you do this or that?
Swiping.
Just sex in general has always been, people are like, don't like talking about it. I don't know why. I don't know what the fuck. I don't know.
Shame. It's called
vulnerability.
shame.
Weird. Vulnerability.
Yeah, vulnerability. But we're shamed from young ages. Like, we're shamed about it from young ages, and we're given our roles that we're supposed to play, and you're supposed to be like this and this, like this. fuck all that.
Yeah.
That's why it's so interesting to watch all this like non-binary and all these kids like doing all this like them, they stuff. I go, God bless you guys, but you know what I got to ask everybody? Are you talking about fucking yet?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. No,
Even these
not at
kids,
all.
Gotta
there's
talk
a
about fucking.
validity
idea.
to sex, but not
Yeah.
really if you're not talking
Gotta
about it.
talk
You
about
haven't
fucking.
changed shit,
Yeah.
y'all. I would love it if they changed it and had more conversation.
Well, because you're never gonna learn anything. I remember, like,
No.
we about to go. I talked about the first time I fucked, right? And then when we talk about no
Yeah.
condom, now we about to talk about the first time I ate pussy,
Hey,
right?
now.
I had no fucking clue what the fuck I was doing.
How
Yeah.
could you?
At all. I had no idea.
How
I thought,
could you?
okay, my dick goes in this hole, so I should probably lick this hole. That's as far as my thought process
Right,
went.
right.
So I'm
How
like,
else?
this is cool. I
Yeah.
mean, she seems
I
like
guess.
she's all right.
Yeah.
Look, I don't think I'm getting the reaction. I didn't know. I had no idea what the fuck I was doing. I'm just gonna like go all over the place. Something's got to work here.
Yeah.
But for the first few times, I was just licking in the hole that I put my dick in because that's what I thought
Yeah.
it was supposed to be.
What else would you think?
Until I met a woman that was ready to talk about
Yeah,
it.
that's what's up.
When she was like, oh, no.
That ain't working.
That ain't it, chief.
Right.
That ain't it, chief.
Right.
Like, your tongue's cool and all, but it doesn't need to be inside me. Let me show you what's popping real quick.
Yeah.
And when she schooled me to the game, I'm like, okay, bet.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Bet. Because until that conversation is had, I feel but it's a double-edged sword because I feel like some guys are like not confident at all. Zero confidence. So if a woman brings up something like that, it shatters them completely.
Yeah.
But you know what, Jay? It's like, y'all, I know we're all sensitive, our egos, but if we learned how to speak to each other with love and we learned how to speak to each other gently,
Yep.
which is, I don't know, you got to teach that from example, I guess. I didn't have examples. These people beat each other in front of me, but like there's got to be a gentler way, right? Because I know that works with me because I have these young gentlemen, and if somebody's doing something like the spitting or the choking, I'm like, hey, babe, I'm good. Like, and I'll like take the hand gently and be like, you're adorable. I'm gonna give him a compliment.
You're trying.
Just softly move the hand away, I mean,
Not just like, listen here, Junior.
yeah. Don't bark
Don't
at
fucking do that.
people. And like we all have shit that we have to kind of navigate through, emotions and all. It's weird. It's hard. Intimacy is weird.
You get the guy that's pride gets hurt. And the woman that's a little like standoffish, doesn't want to say really. She says a little something and he gets really weird. So she gets really weird. And then all of a sudden they're fucking for 20 years and no one's coming.
Exactly.
And he's fucking his secretary. She's got 5 kids. She's reading Danielle Steele novels. It's a whole situation.
Yeah.
If the conversation should have been
Pressing.
had, listen, Brad, don't spit on my vagina.
Yeah.
Lick here. And then he could have the same conversation. Listen, I don't like when you put only one ball in your mouth and not both of them.
Yes,
It's
exactly.
a conversation.
We
Your
can
teeth are
share.
kind of sharp.
Like,
let's
listen.
share information.
And then you can
make
watch
sure everyone's
videos
comfortable.
together and be like, this is how I want you to suck
Oh,
my
I
dick
love
like
that.
this.
Yes.
And then she could be like,
I've
well,
done that. It's
listen, this is
great.
how I want you to eat. Like, it could be a
works.
whole situation.
That works.
But people are so like, oh no.
Fragile.
Oh my God.
They're fucking
fragile.
fragile.
Nah, hell no.
Fragile,
When I was young, I'm telling you, I think it was partly because I wanted to be a porn star, so I wanted to learn as much as I could. I was just like
That's
a
right, he was in
sponge.
training.
I was a sponge. I'm like, listen, you ain't gonna shake me up. What do you like? Okay, cool. You like? Okay, well, let's do it. Let's try it. I think I can handle that shit.
Because you're like, I'm gonna be on film in a few
Listen,
years.
yeah,
I
so
gotta learn
I gotta be ready. I
that.
gotta be ready for that shit. I gotta be ready for that shit. Yeah, I
That's
think
amazing.
whenever I tried anal with one of my girlfriends for the first time, that was a little.
Yeah.
Oh, it gets messy.
I found out very quickly that I'm not a fan.
No, good. Me either.
I'm not a fan.
I got a
Magoo.
real
I don't want you
problem
licking
with
it either.
like the ass worship in this world right now.
I
It's
hate the
gone
ass
too
eating.
far.
I hate it.
I'm a little too
Leonard,
much. Yeah.
It's disgusting. Come
Yeah,
on, let's
it's too
let's
much.
just say it.
Yeah, it's
I know
just
the
too
young
much.
people might be like, oh, y'all are uptight. No, I'm not.
No.
That's a rusty
Jay's
penny.
the youngest.
No.
Jay, are you eating
Rusty
ass?
penny.
Jay, you're not eating
No.
anus?
Come on, man.
Good
You're
for
not
you,
young
Jay.
then.
Come
Jay's
on,
all
man.
old.
Good for you.
Look at Jay all old. Not
You're
young.
not-
Do you use
you're not licking
punctuation
that-
in a text?
You're not
You use
licking that-
punctuation in a text?
What?
Punctuation.
Periods
Or you
and
just
commas.
use all words.
You just talk to the
punctuation.
phone.
Okay, because that's old.
Yeah, it's a little old.
Punctuation.
It's a little old. I be throwing extra emojis now though. Now that I'm on the bad side of 30, I be throwing extra emojis in there. Feel me? Like
You
this
know
one
what?
works.
It's just, I'm just happy to be alive.
Hey, listen, me too.
I'm happy. I'm like, I don't know.
I don't get into that whole
Yeah.
like, damn, I'm old. I'm like, damn, motherfucker, I shouldn't
still
even
here.
be
Yeah,
here,
yeah.
bro.
Yeah,
Y'all don't understand.
Yeah.
I'm on borrowed time. I'm
Yeah.
gonna live, bro.
That's
I'm gonna
what I
live.
keep
I'm out
saying.
here on a
Yep.
podcast talking about the first time I ate pussy. We live in.
And you didn't
Yes.
use the dental dam. And
No.
you're still here to talk about
There's
it.
a couple
Dental dams,
I'm
oh,
trying to
God.
throw salt, but there's a couple times this guy shouldn't have been here.
Yes.
Real talk.
He's right.
He got into like what 2 crazy accidents. So.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yikes.
yeah?
Yeah.
You know Zach Abeda?
I'm an
the
idiot.
comic?
I don't.
He got shot on 420.
What?
Right outside his apartment. We were
For
all partying.
what the fuck? What
yeah,
happened?
yo, there was
Wait, who-
we roasted him. He's a comic, a local comic in town, Zach Abeda.
Yeah.
And we roasted him at Rebel, or I wasn't in the roast, but we were all there, and like it was a good time. Like everyone was celebrating him. Then afterwards, he invited everybody downtown to his pad, like 6th and Central. But he lives in this pad that's like right. We nicknamed Murder Alley, the alley next to him. We're like, there's a mad murders in there, yo. I only been here a year. I'm like, that's just
Yeah.
Murder Alley. So we're like, ha ha ha. So we go up, everybody's partying, maybe like 20 of us in his pad, and like we're partying. And he's like, yo, I'm gonna take the dogs out for a walk. I'm gonna get my girl to the car. So he leaves. Like 15 minutes later, this kid, Josh Fournier, oh, you would love him. He is another comic, native dude from here. He's fucking hilarious. But he came out, Zach's been shot. We're like, what the fuck? So we run downstairs. I don't know what we thought we were going to do. But there was just blood. And so his girlfriend that he was with put him and the dogs in the car. But he got in an altercation with a dude in the alley. Like he brings his fucking dogs out just to have a shit in the alley. And some dude, rubbing the engine, clicking the lights on and off, talking about, fool, move your fucking dog. He's like, yo, it's like 12 at night, 12:30.
Take my dog for a
This is
walk,
my
bro.
I live right here, brother. Fuck you. And then he's like, nah, fuck you. And so Zach was like, let's go. And he fucking goes, you're not bulletproof, motherfucker. And he fucking shot him. So it went
Damn.
through him, but it was a
Shit.
22, so it was like, bing, bing, bing,
Yeah.
and it fucked it like a kid.
Yeah, that's almost one of the worst fucking calibers you can get shot with.
Yeah, so talk about a beautiful community though. Like we all, like everybody did what they could. Like some people went to the hospital, some people stayed in the pad and helped clean up the place. Like, ooh, it's fucking insane. But like talk about not thinking you're not gonna be here and everybody walking each other to the cars, and other people had traumas with guns, whether it was somebody had been in something, like myself, I had been in a drive-by, and then there was other people, they had seen stuff happen, or other people, they had never been around anything like that. So people were kind of,
It was like fresh to them. They'd never experienced
so it
it.
was heavy, like emotional.
Yeah.
And Homeboy's up on stage doing comedy now.
That's what's up.
He's
That's
crazy.
what's up.
He's so strong.
Yeah, that's
yo.
fucking
He's fucking
dope.
brave and strong. Shout out
You
to
gotta
Zach.
go. That's what's up. I mean,
Yeah.
like Jay said, like multiple times I should have checked out, and I didn't skip a beat. Like one time I rolled my car fucking 4 times going 90 miles an hour, and the day after I shot a video.
Shut up.
Yeah. In the mountains too, we had to walk around. I had, like, they weren't even sure that I didn't have internal bleeding, but I'm like, let's get the fuck up out of here. They're like, well, because I was like, it's time to go. Like, they're like, we want to run more tests. I'm like, no, I got a video in about like 6
It's
hours.
2 o'clock. I gotta go to lunch.
I gotta go. I gotta shoot a video. I mean, my dad told me this all the time to the day he passed away. I'm not here for a long time, John. I'm here for a good time. That was my dad to the fullest. So I took some of that. You know what I mean? Some of that. I love like I'm here for a good time too, but I like handling business too.
Yeah.
It's both. They come hand in
You're
hand.
doing it. You're doing
because
it.
I can't have the greatest time if I feel like my business is slacking. So
No.
if I do both, let's get it. Let's get it.
We gonna kick it.
Yeah, and that's dope to hear. Homie said, "Fuck it, I got shot. I'm still here. Let's go do what I love."
Oh yeah, and
That's the
he's
shit.
he lifts his shit up like, yo, wanna see the fucking
got shot.
and then come out the back, bow, and he's so strong and brave. And honestly, this community, yo, like there were one comic, she's massaging his shit like so he could be less stressed. Another, I brought over a blender doing some smoothies for the motherfucker. Like it was just like a family.
Like a family.
I never had that shit. You know what I mean? Like I was raised by some crazy ass motherfuckers. So it's like, to
And
have
see,
some peace is nice.
I see that in your guys' community.
Yeah.
And it's starting in the hip hop community, but it's been so many years of like dog eat dog. It's been like cutthroat and nobody wanted to fuck with each other. So it's starting though. It's definitely changed in the past like 3 years, but it wasn't like that like out here for like the hip hop community. It was like where you thought it was like that, but then come to find out it's not really like that.
Right.
It's like, oh, you don't really fuck with me, but like you said, it's like there was those vibes for a long time, and it's definitely changing. But it sounds like you guys got those vibes off the rip.
Well, apparently that's different now like this
Than it
last
was.
year than it was before COVID.
Yeah.
Apparently there was a little scene that was kind of little struggling scene that was here before COVID. And then I guess a few people survived the thing. And then now it's been literally like, I think 1 year since Inside Out downtown had opened. I remember because I didn't know anybody here yet. And I was like, I got to go down. I heard there's comedy at this fucking place, you know? And I just went down there and I was like, ooh.
So what brought you the fuck here?
Yeah,
How the
I
fuck
don't
did
know.
you end up here before we
Fucking
get too
know.
far off?
I mean, my best friend, my best friend in comedy and in life is this black kid called Baron Vaughn. He's a comic. He's an actor. He's one of my favorite people in the world because we actually met in New York, both doing stand up. And we met because we met in like an alternative scene, you know, like how we were talking about how it's like, oh, this black comedy, this white comedy, this fucking moms who do comedy, you know, whatever the fuck. And so in New York, they were like, fuck all that. Let's just be like the alternative to what the fuck, you know? So this was like a place where you could just be yourself and no one expected you to be like,
to be
stereotyped
braided
or,
in FUBU.
Yeah, anything like that. Like they were accepting of who the fuck
FUBU.
you,
Yeah.
what your story was. So he and I met because we both had stories about he was told he was too white for the black rooms, and I was told I was too black for the white rooms. And we looked at each other, and I was like, ha ha! And he goes, "Isn't that weird? We can't be ourselves."
We share a struggle.
Yeah, but I thought it was so beautiful that he said we can't be ourselves, and I was like, yeah, like he goes, it's different. We have a different story maybe than most, you know. Like he was like a nerd. He was like one of the first like black nerd comics, I want to say. Like, you know, I came up with like Eric Andre and like you know guys like that were like, you know, they were considered different than the Def Jam guys.
Yeah, for sure.
And the Def Jam guys hated these young guys.
Yeah.
They used to give them so much shit. And I was between both of them. But I was more friends with the younger guys because they were more loving and like
more
open.
welcoming to you. Yeah.
And the older guys, oh, you got to be like this. You got to talk like that. And these young guys are like, yo, my experience isn't the same as your experience. Like, I knew fellas, they were from Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn, which is like, you know, fucking crazy ass Biggie Smalls and all. But they weren't let out the house when they were little because their mom was mad that it was so scary outside. And so they would wear capes and pretend to be superheroes. You know, I was like, y'all are nerds. And they're like, I know, Jessica, you're like a gang member. Like, it was funny. Like, to
That's
me,
their story,
yeah.
though.
So we all had these different stories. And it was like, look, we could all, I was accepted for my story by these folks. And so Baron, after watching me in New York, watching me in LA for years, we've been friends 20 years, I want to say. And he told me, he goes, girl, you got to go to Albuquerque. I'm like, why?
That couldn't be the most randomest shit someone could say to somebody.
Yeah. So I was like, you know what? I trust you. Plus, he's kind of a warlock, I feel.
Did he come out here and see that something was about to start popping off?
Nah, he was born in Tucumcari. But he left. He was raised in Nevada, in Vegas, Nevada. But he's like a Southwest kind of feel, kind of cat. But I came out here like I was living in Hollywood and I didn't like it. And I was like, it reminded me too much of my childhood. My childhood was really fucking violent and dangerous and all kinds of stuff. So I was like getting repeatedly, you know, triggered or whatever to use like therapy words. But really, I was like, this is where I got shot. Like I almost got an apartment like across from where I got shot. And I thought, well, don't do that.
Yeah, no, that's probably not a good idea.
That's a little traumatic.
You know, like,
What's wrong with you? Don't worry about it. Just a little PTSD. Don't even, you're passing a little bit.
oh my God, you know, it's just like, yo, Jessica, don't do it. So I thought, let me get out of here. So I was like, I took the train over here and I didn't have a car in LA. So I just took the bus around here and like, I got an Airbnb for $20 a night in Barales.
That's
and
fucking funny.
I went to like Barales coffee shop. I was like, yo, this place is boom.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to tell anybody because I was like, wait, this might be a secret. Like, I don't fucking tell anybody.
Yeah, be quiet.
Yeah,
Still a little secret.
everybody looked me in the eye when they talked to me. When I stood at the bus stop, no one judged me from their cars. Like, I'm from Los Angeles where everyone,
that's
they
crazy.
lock their car when they see me.
Like,
This
oh,
bitch.
shit, she's at the bus
She
stop.
coming to rob us.
Shit.
She's robbing and stealing.
That's that
like,
chick I seen that got shot over there across the corner.
Damn.
But really, it was, and so I came here for like a couple days, I guess. I took the bus up and back Central. I was like, what is this magical fucking place? And plus, the homeless are really bad in LA. And like, there was one dude on the bus with me one time out here when I was visiting, and he like came up to me, had like a roll, and he was this native dude, and he's like, hey, you got $1? And I go, no, man, I'm on the bus, you know? And he goes, hey, that's a good point. And then he like moved away. And I was like, I gotta move to this fucking city. I love this city.
That's fucking.
He was like, I'm
is
fishing
real
in the
as
wrong
fuck.
pond.
Hey.
What am I
Yeah, like, it
doing?
was so-
That might be one of the most New
That's a
Mexico
good point.
stories.
Oh, is that right? Oh,
Oh,
good.
that's
I'm glad
great.
I could
That's
give you
great.
that because it really turned me on to like
That's
move here.
fucking hilarious.
It was nice.
You got a
I
point.
really-
You're on the bus. Fuck, what am I asking you for money?
Yeah.
Shit. Let me go ask the driver. He probably has
Yeah,
more.
yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Hey, Dom, turn on that AC because it's fucking hot in here. I don't care if the mics pick it up. Listen, audience, if the mics pick up the fucking AC, it's because it's fucking hot up in this bitch. All right.
It's getting there.
So that's fucking. Hey, that's a
Is that
really.
funny? You
That's
like
a
it?
really dope reason to be still down here.
I loved it. I loved it. I was like, all right, y'all. Like every time I've moved, it's kind of been like that. Like when I went to New York, I was like, all right, y'all, I'm fucking leaving. Like the riots and everybody's dying and it's too many funerals. It was just horrible. And LA was, you know, in early 90s, LA was burned and crumbling and
Yep.
nobody wanted to be there and it was disgusting. But so was New York. So when I moved to New York, though, I was like, this is an adventure. You know, like, it was
Yeah.
fun. But, yeah, I just fell into I don't know why I moved. And then I moved back to California. I don't know why I moved back to California. Oh, because I had you know what had happened was, you know, in like 2017 or 2018 when everybody kind of went on Facebook and looked up their high school ex.
Oh,
You
yeah,
remember when
yeah.
this was happening?
Uh-huh.
There was divorces over
Yeah,
it. Like, this
yeah.
was a major situation,
It was.
right?
It was before the. It was pre-pandemic. It was a pandemic before the
like
pandemic.
a few years before
Yes.
pandemic. Okay, so that had happened with me. Like I didn't really go to high school, but this fool and I had dated, and he saw a picture of me. Hey, what's up? And I'm like, hey, what's up? Look at a picture of him. Look at a picture of me. But I was living in Brooklyn at the time.
Uh-huh.
He was living in Hawaii, and we had met and we had dated when I was like 13. I used to work at the Renaissance Fair. You know that
Yeah.
place? Okay. So I had my titties hiked up to
I
my
was about to-
neck. It was horrifying. Like the sexual harassment fair. And pickle in between. And like, hello, sir. Freshest buns in the Shire. Like it was a full fucking mistake. Oh, so mistake. But anyway, so I met this guy and he was, but you guys will love this. He was like the dunk booth. He
Oh,
worked in the
yeah.
dunk
Oh, that
booth.
was his.
Yeah, but he was Renaissance Fair. So he's like, sire, you sleep with your goats in the night. Like, it was a full, like, he'd rip
That's
on him, but, like,
fucking
Renaissance
amazing.
Fair, like, ripping, right? So I fell in love. How could I not fall in
Yeah.
love?
I mean,
You know,
it sounds like it's like Romeo and Juliet.
I mean, please. I was
You
selling
know.
fresh cinnamon buns,
Listen.
and he was dunking. And so it was,
It's a
yeah.
new age.
But then we found out we lived near each other. Like I lived in a hotel in Santa Monica with my mom, and he lived in a little bungalow shacky thing in Venice with his dad. So we lived like skateboarding distance. You know, that's how you did it. You know, like,
That's some,
skateboarding
that
distance.
is some Cali shit
Yeah,
right there.
That's how we
Yes.
knew it was
Yes.
love too. But then we dated for a while, and then we broke up because he said, "Oh, you live too much in a fantasy world." I remember what he said to me when we broke up. I go, "Fantasy world." We met at the Renaissance Fair. Like, you know,
I didn't even know your real voice until just now.
exactly. I never seen you out of cloaks, you know.
You mean you're not a warlock?
Exactly.
Holy fuck. I'm breaking up with you, motherfucker.
Exactly. I gotta go, fool. So we didn't see each other for like 20 years, but I was living in New York, and he saw me on the computer, I saw him, and then we started this whole love affair. And it was like,
Yeah.
he's a tattoo artist, he's an artist, but we both had all this shit in common: bad relationships, heroin problem. But we fell madly in love, and it was like crazy. Like it was like we were giving each other the love that like no one had ever been able to give to us, right?
Yeah.
But we're far, far away. 6-hour difference on the phone, sending like, but he's like, he looks all crazy and fucking Venice 13 on his fucking things, but he's like, babe, look, I saw this rock, it was shaped like a heart. I thought of you, babe. I'm like, I love you, babe. You know, so it's all like lovey-dovey and shit.
That's
so,
funny.
Yeah, so everyone's like, get a ticket to Hawaii, go to Hawaii. I'm like, you're right, I gotta go, like, make this,
Yeah.
like, this is real, you know?
This is happening.
But happened to be reading the myth of man, or what's it, the hero's journey? Campbell, Joseph Campbell.
Yeah, I haven't read that yet.
Yeah.
All right, it's amazing.
Really?
Yeah.
I was reading it right like weeks before I was supposed to go to visit him, and this book is all about like really grounding, really being present, right? Like a lot of it has to do with being present and experiencing your journey, right?
Yeah.
So people were coming up to me, oh my God, are you so excited? You're gonna see him 15 days, and I say, we'll see. I was trying to be real monk about
Yeah,
it, you know?
yeah.
We'll see. Okay. So 10 days before I'm supposed to be there, I got a flight. I'm going. We're going to be birthday, New Year's, the whole shebang. He fucking relapses, dies.
Oh,
Damn.
shit.
Yep.
What the fuck?
Yep.
Damn.
Holy
Yep.
shit.
And I knew. I was like, I hadn't heard from him for a few hours. This motherfucker died. My friends were like, maybe he dropped his phone in the toilet. God damn. You go right to death. I was like, look, we're ex-junkies. Like, it could happen. Even after 20 years of being clean.
Yeah.
Like, it could fucking happen. I mean, not for me. I love comedy too much.
But
I
that's
couldn't
the
do it.
worst
That's-
time for it to happen,
Yeah,
too. That's
yeah,
when it
'cause
can
he's-
actually happen because he's
it-
totally fucking
totally
clean.
Yep.
Yep.
That's when it always happens.
Yep.
People relapse. They die.
Yep.
So his memorial was in Venice, where he's from. So I flew out to do that, and I'm standing, and I've been in New York for like a long time, almost 20 years, I guess. And I was standing in the fucking beach in January. I was wearing like a sweatshirt, and I was like, "Hold on, should I move back here? It's very warm. I guess it's very comfortable for me. I know someone's passed, and I'm sad, but like, God,
this is nice.
This is
Long
great
nice.
weather.
This is
Really
nice.
comfortable.
So beautiful. There full moon and the palm trees swaying. I'm like, good God, I gotta move back here. So I just moved back, and that's where I just came from. Was like a few years back, and after that happened, and then my mom died right when I got back to LA, and that was weird because she wasn't sick either.
Yeah, damn.
She didn't die of an OD though. God bless her. She didn't go back to the drugs.
Yeah.
But she just happened to pass away. So it was like I had all this death, you know. But again, with the Joseph Campbell book,
Yeah.
it was so grounding, and it was so like, yeah, death is part of this
It is.
life.
Yeah.
And it's hard and
It
it
fucking
sucks.
sucks. It's the worst.
But
It's the
god
worst part.
damn. Yeah.
But it also adds to how beautiful this journey is.
Yes.
Because we all know there's an end. I think that's a lot of stuff that separates us when they talk about what separates us from the animal kingdom, from what we can see and just visualize, because we don't really know, is we know that one day we're going to die.
Yeah.
And that's a huge difference.
Yeah.
To know that, to have that fact present, yeah, I mean, none of us know what the fuck happens at the end of this fucking journey. So it either makes it really beautiful or it's a fucked up ass joke. Like,
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
either makes it,
I
and
know.
I'm going to lean on the beautiful part because I'm still here.
Yeah. Just
I'm
having
still here.
Just having gratitude.
Yeah,
Just
you know what I mean?
living
You just
it
got to
all.
be exactly present in the, and I've never read that book, but I read a fuckload too. So
You never read Joseph
I never
Campbell?
read it. I've heard about it.
Yo.
People have told me all the time to read it, and it's just one that that's skipped.
Well,
that
I think you would like it.
mythology period is
Yeah.
like such a spiritual like study.
Yeah.
And that's how I really dug into like storytelling. And you know, we've talked about like the Kabbalion and some other books that are like in that realm. But yeah, man, like you study Joseph Campbell. Actually, you don't even really have to bother studying or reading his books. There's some PBS documentaries.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
with
Yeah,
Joseph
those are
Dan, you
Campbell.
just showed the fuck out of your age,
Done.
bro.
Those are
No,
great.
I used to
You
work
did.
for I
You
used to
did.
work for
He actually
PBS.
did.
Whether
work,
whether
yeah,
you
I know.
work
And
for
they were-
I
PBS
used to
or
work
not.
for PBS, bro.
Listen, Leonard, listen.
But also, those are on a lot. Like
Yeah.
those,
Yeah.
you can just watch those.
PBS
Those are
is
on.
the shit,
Yeah,
bruh.
PBS.
Listen, it taught me how to read.
Yeah.
Mr. Rogers taught me how to care about your neighbor. Bro, listen. The little engine was little Thomas, homie.
Yeah.
You got to keep going, bruh.
Yeah.
Push through the
Yep.
shit,
That's
man.
it. That's
Take a
it.
look.
Get
It's
over
in a
that
book.
shit.
Take a look. It's in a book.
Reading Rainbow.
There we go. That's it.
I can't. No, I'm not.
Yeah,
gonna do
come
the
on,
whole thing.
Leonard, you
I'm not
hit
gonna
it,
do that.
bruh.
No, he's supposed to do
Come.
it.
Oh yeah, Jay don't know.
Bro,
Bro,
on,
miss
Jay
me
don't
with
know.
that.
You
Jay
don't-
don't
you
know.
I
don't know
actually
that song?
I don't know that song.
No, Jay missed it. We had this conversation before. But
illiterate motherfucker.
Hey, we had this conversation before, but something happened and we had to edit it out of the pod. It wasn't in
better make it
focus.
up
It
right
wasn't in
now.
focus or something. But Jay showed us that he's younger than us. Not by
Yeah,
much
I
neither. I'm
know.
gonna just make that apparent right now.
Yeah.
This motherfucker ain't like 22. He ain't no,
No,
spring
not at
chicken
all.
no more.
Not at all.
Look at this guy. Look, I heard his elbow crack when he drank his beer.
Nobody would want to be
Jay-
22 again.
Jay missed.
Wait,
No.
I feel
Hell no.
like,
Hell no.
I mean,
was a
heroin's not
dumbass.
pretty either.
I was a dumbass at 22.
Oh yeah.
I'm a dumbass now, but I was a
Same.
bigger dumbass then.
Same.
Yeah.
Same.
Yes.
22, I thought I knew a whole lot more than I
And you didn't know
actually
shit?
No, bro.
No.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
look
yeah.
back now and I'm like, what the fuck
I
were
was
you
a
thinking,
dumbass.
dog? Like,
hey,
you
listen,
ruined
20-year-old on the other side over there. You hearing what we're saying here? Mr. I'm 20?
Yeah.
You don't know shit,
You don't know
bro.
a goddamn thing.
Hey, but make sure that the
Tech. He
make
knows
sure
tech.
make sure that the cameras are in focus though. I mean,
know.
I'm just
Yeah.
I'm like kidding a little
You're
bit
still
here.
doing a
That's
good
what he
job,
knows.
though.
Yeah, you still great. Good job, Dom. Good job. Hey, this was fucking fun.
Yeah, it was.
It was.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I
Is
had
it
a
over?
fucking blast. It's over when the fuck we want to.
Oh,
We
okay.
can keep going.
Yeah.
I was-
We
I
can
don't
keep
know.
we
No.
can keep going. We keep. It's funny because when I first told Jay, because Jay mixes them all, right?
Yeah. Oh, Jay.
So I told Jay, I was like, listen, bro, 55 minutes, 52 minutes every
Tops.
pause.
Yeah.
Tops. That's it. That's all you're gonna be mixing. He's all. That's a good idea. I like it. Short and sweet. Keep people wanting more. Shit, we ain't had a fucking 55-minute episode since the first one.
Yeah. Hit him with the Nipsey
Yeah.
Hustle double up.
Yeah, it's
Double
because fucking Jay just
People
keeps
like
talking.
it, though. People
Jay just
like
keeps
it.
talking.
I know. Silent
Jay,
Jay.
he won't
Silent
shut
Jay.
up.
You might as well call this my show. dog.
Jason. Hold up, let's get back to Reading Rainbow. We slid off of that.
Yeah.
Because we edited this out of the pod, I think. Don't quote me
No,
because
you
we might
didn't.
have it in there. We
No,
did,
we
huh?
didn't.
Because Jay's like, yeah, we did, bro. Jay
think
does
we
not
did.
remember Reading Rainbow because
Really?
he did not get it.
You didn't get Reading
He did
Robo?
not get Reading-
I didn't
Reading
get,
Robo?
I didn't get the... Yeah,
Reading Robos?
I didn't get that one either.
Neither did Leonard.
I didn't get the Electric Company. I
didn't-
watched
what
the...
the
I
fuck is
watched
that?
it.
Yeah.
Really?
I didn't get
What?
that either.
No.
The Electric-
Oh my God, you don't know the
I don't
Electric.
even know. I'm just kidding. That.
No.
Fucking with me.
No, what
The
is
Electric
that?
Company is amazing.
He's taking it back.
Yeah. Yeah, it was like
That's before me.
70s. It was Sesame Street before Sesame Street.
Yeah.
It was called the Electric what company?
Yeah.
What the fuck was it about? Like Sesame Street? There was a bunch of weird ass animals
taught
walking
you-
around this crazy ass neighborhood?
It was
feel like it
actually a little
taught you
better than
stuff,
that. Yeah, it taught you. Yeah, it taught you like civics.
It
Civics.
was young. It was young
yeah.
people, but it wasn't Muppets. It was young people.
Do you remember? Oh man, who was it? Bill Bellamy did a stand up where he was talking about. It's only a bill. Yes, I'm only a bill.
Yeah,
Sitting on
that was
top
from
of
that
the-
or what?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was from that shit. So Electric Company was like the first democratically funded public
So it was on
television
PBS?
education
Wow.
type of thing. And it had
Schoolhouse
more. I
Rock.
think Morgan Freeman was on it.
Hold up, what? God was?
Yeah, was
No
it
way.
Morgan Freeman or was it Garrett Morris? It was somebody. It was one of those black actors that are very familiar. But
Well known.
you can go back and watch it. But yeah, it
I'm about
was
to
like it
YouTube
was a
this shit
whole
tomorrow.
it was a whole thing. And then after that was like Jim Henson and Sesame Street and all
And the
that
Muppets,
shit.
yeah.
After that, yeah.
So let's talk about how weird Sesame Street is. What the fuck is
Is
going
it?
on that street?
Hey,
Is
wha-
it?
hey,
What the
wha-
fuck?
hey,
There's a
one-
fucking 7-foot yellow bird walking around
One-
with a fucking snuffleupagus that Dave Chappelle said once is a junkie.
Yeah, but everything's gotten so linear and boring. You know what I mean?
You do have a point.
We
Yes.
used to be real creative and
Yep.
fuck around. I mean,
And not
it's-
even think about it. Sesame Street was never weird to me until I got older and started thinking about. I'm like, hold up, there was a homeless dude that was dressed like a weed nugget in a trash can.
Nobody let him stay
or
on
the
couch.
count.
Yeah,
But
the
like
count.
they're all just
Yeah.
interesting and misfit toys, like
They are.
stuck on this fucking
True.
street. And I'm like, yeah, I relate. Like, fuck.
Could you imagine going
Don't
to Sesame
fit
Street?
in.
The humans that are on Sesame Street that are always just like, so, oh, you're so crazy. It's like, who the fuck are these humans? How the
Yeah,
fuck did
they
they end
live
up
there.
here?
Yeah, what happened?
How did they find this street?
Could you imagine living on Sesame Street?
Mm.
You're just chilling, all of a sudden, a 7-foot yellow bird just walks by
Just walks by
with his
just kinda-
elephant homie that's always sad.
I don't know. I might date the count
Shit.
if I
Yeah,
think about
the
it.
Count.
That's
The
kind
Count.
of my
That's
type.
'cause-
He had his
You don't
own
go down to
place.
Corellis very often.
That's because the count was a pimp.
That's right. He had that cape.
1, 2.
Counting his money.
He had the cape. He was wearing, he was wearing a little bit of makeup.
Yeah. He
One.
had the guy liner on.
That's funny.
The count was definitely a pimp.
The count was dope.
What about
The
okay?
count
What
was
about
dope.
what about? We talked about George Carlin, and we're talking
Yeah.
about PBS.
Yeah.
What about when he was on that? What was the show with Thomas the Train? He was the conductor.
Wait,
George Carlin was on.
That was him?
What?
Yes, bro. He was there first, and then somebody. Or no, Ringo was there first. Then it was Carlin.
Stop lying.
I'm not even playing, bro.
Nah.
It might be vice versa.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
at all.
see, because
I didn't know
I'm
that.
I'm talking my generation. We talking the
It's a deep
85
cut, a deep
babies.
cut.
The 85 babies. Leonard's over here talking about some other PBS show I never
5
even heard of.
years. Shut up.
Jay don't even know what a reading rainbow is.
No.
Reading. or
Jay's never
rainbows.
read or seen a rainbow.
It's pretty Albuquerque.
Jason. Oh, Bukkake.
There's not a lot of water here.
I'm chilling right here.
I'm just chilling right here. Why y'all fucking with
Why
me?
y'all fucking with me?
Yeah.
Cause fuck Jay.
Because we can.
Cause we're almost 2
Jay.
hours in, and it's time to fuck with Jay mode.
Oh
Yeah.
shit.
We gotta
I
get
see
you.
astronauts on your shirt, Jay. Why did I not look at your shirt before we started podding?
I don't know.
You didn't notice that shirt?
No, I
that
didn't.
shirt's dope.
I'm not saying
I
it's
saw
not
it when I
dope.
pulled up.
I'm not saying it's not dope. Hey, what's up with fucking no one giving a fuck that Congress is talking about aliens.
I know. Why does no one
No
talk
one's
about
even
this?
talking about it.
I'm freaking the fuck out.
Bro, I feel like one
Every
day,
day.
okay, you know the scene
Hey.
in Independence Day whenever Will Smith walks out and he's just looking at the paper and all the neighbors are leaving and shit. Then he looks up and the fucking space. I
It's
feel like
right
that's gonna be
there.
like a Tuesday.
It's gonna happen. It's
I feel
gonna
like that's happening like next week.
And then
Yeah,
you're gonna
they gonna
punch
do
and be
it.
like, "Bitch, welcome to
Bruh.
Earth, bitch."
Listen, welcome to Earth,
That was
bitch.
what
But
he
it's gonna be
said,
Chris
right?
Rock instead of the alien.
Oh yeah, oh, that's bad.
Hey,
man.
Yeah.
but no one's talking
aliens.
about it. It's all over.
Ready.
Congress had a fucking meeting talking about all the UFOs,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
everybody's
yeah.
just like, "But Amber Heard took a shit on Johnny's bed."
Oh, that's
Yeah.
a big distraction.
Oh, but
that's some bullshit.
and it's, we've already talked about it on the last pod, but man, it just keeps getting more and more fucked up. That whole situation.
I mean,
That's terrible.
Rich people are horrifying. Do we
Yeah, they're
not
a
know
bunch of
this?
weirdos.
Yeah,
They're a
yeah.
bunch of weirdos.
Especially white rich people. They can kill. They have probably bodies in their basement.
Get Out. Remember
I mean,
that
come
movie?
on. Yeah, of course. It's based on true stories.
Hey.
I mean, come on. I clean once in a while for the art house in Nob Hill. I'll go and help clean once in a while. Yo, this place is fucking crazy. And I was cleaning. I was like, this is. And I don't consider myself like a medium or any kind of spirit knower or but I was like, this one room, I was like, I don't really
Yeah. I
like it.
want to go in that room,
Yep.
you know?
Yeah.
And it's all shag carpet and fucking like, it's all weird 70s, like, I don't know if it's just a trigger from my childhood, but I don't know what the fuck. But the girl, I go, hey, what was this house? Like, who built this house? She goes, oh, it was built by a couple rich swingers.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's the shag.
I go,
So the shag
no.
room was the Bukkake room.
She said they not only had swinging parties here all the time with the neighbors. It's in the Southeast Heights.
Yeah.
They had it with the neighbors. She goes, but when they died, they were all buried in the same
What
plot.
the fuck?
I go on top of each other. Amazing.
That's
But,
fucking
yeah,
crazy.
wild,
Oh,
right?
that's crazy.
So I was like, yo, well, what's up with this room? After I cleaned up, I said, what's up with this room? She goes, I don't know, but nobody will sleep in there.
Yeah.
Damn
Fuck
right, bitch.
that.
Somebody
Hey.
asphyxiated
Oh, yeah.
someone
Yeah.
in there. I'm
Someone got strangled up in that
positive of it. Yeah,
motherfucker.
I'm positive
Yeah.
of it.
That's crazy.
Burn
So
some sage
nuts
up in
in
that
there.
bitch.
Could you imagine that neighborhood?
No.
Some sage, he says.
Can you imagine that
Sage
neighborhood,
ain't gonna
dog?
help
They,
that.
could they
little
have
bit of
bodies
sage.
buried all through that neighborhood,
Can
I
you
bet.
imagine that?
I bet
Oh
there's
my
all
God.
kinds of young
Bunch of rich people just fucking the shit out of each
Central
other.
Avenue
That's so
fucking
crazy.
prostitutes or, some fucking war zone prostitutes buried in the backyard of those places.
Yep.
I would not fucking doubt it.
Yeah.
That's
It's
how
because-
crazy it is.
If you're not born with money, even if you are, whatever, when you get a large amount of money, I've heard this, I don't even know who the fuck said it, but it amplifies who you really are.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
doesn't show the world who you are. It just amplifies who you already are.
Yeah.
So if you're a fucking weirdo, you're going to be a super weirdo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not saying
No
swinging's,
breaks.
Not saying swinging's weird because whatever, dog, live your
No,
life.
they can
but I'm
do
just
their
saying,
swinging.
yeah, do your
Just don't
thing, bro.
Fucking kill people
But
in your
man,
house.
don't just strangle them on the shag rug.
Yeah.
Don't just. That was the Bukkake room for sure.
I'm telling
for
you,
sure.
too many mirrors. I was like, ugh,
Could you imagine having
dust.
can you imagine having to clean up nut off a shag rug?
It's
That sounds
nice.
horrible.
It
You're
is
just gonna
real
rub
stiff. It's stiff in there.
You gotta blot that shit.
It's all solid. Why is it so
crinkly.
solid right here?
Crinkly by the
This
bed.
one spot's where Todd went. He's like, I
all
can't do it on your
crunchy.
face. I got to do it in this corner. Don't look at me.
It's like the Blair Witch.
Don't look at
The
He's
end
in
of
the
the Blair
corner.
Witch.
He's like, you go to your corner. Don't look at me. That's
I
Brad's
thought that
corner.
was Blue Velvet.
Hey,
Scary fucking movie.
that's fucking
I
crazy.
love it. I love it. I think comics actually do the best job as in drama. I don't know if
Mm-hmm.
you guys have touched on that before. I haven't heard you talk about this, but I feel like a lot of good comics can do drama like mad
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Like Robin Williams always comes to
Come
mind.
on.
Right, yeah.
Oh
Oh,
my
yeah.
god,
Yeah, he's
yo.
a goat for sure.
Do you think it's just like the pain is so gnarly?
What was
Yeah.
that one? The Photoshop or photo?
Oh yeah, photo booth.
Photo
Oh,
booth.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, photo. That shit was weird.
That was
Oh,
crazy.
That shit was
my
super
God.
weird. That
Nah,
shit was
man.
weird.
When he was what was the one where he was that little kid that was aging fast and he died before everybody else? Jack.
Jack.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Remember
yeah.
Jack?
Yeah.
No, all I can think of is
Benjamin Button.
all I can think of is fucking Tropic Thunder.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god, what was it? Jack? What was the fucking
Yeah.
Simple Jack.
Yeah, Simple Jack.
Jack.
That's fucking funny.
Simple
Simple
Oh my
Jack.
god, I love
I
that
love
movie.
Tropic Thunder.
That shit's
Tropic
fucking
Thunder
funny.
is the
Now,
best.
just speaking of cancel culture,
Yes.
you couldn't do that movie now.
Hell no.
Why not?
Hell no. Because
Because
now,
everything-
the temperature of the room now is different.
Yeah, they couldn't Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah.
as a white actor being a black actor. In the
Hey.
I mean, it's. come on,
It-
the brilliance of it all.
Most of the black people I know who have watched that movie and didn't just read the headlines about it, but actually watched it,
Thought it was
fucking
funny.
loved it. They thought it was hilarious because
hilarious.
it is funny.
Yeah.
It
But
is
see,
fucking
it's,
funny.
we're all from a different generation, except for Jay, the non-reading rainbow
This
generation.
motherfucker.
Except for Jay,
No reading, no
or
rainbows.
rainbows. We're from a different generation. To where like movies like Super Bad even.
Yeah.
I rewatched that the other day.
I
It's still
love Superbad.
fucking hilarious, but I
love
thought to
that.
myself, I'm like, ain't no fucking way.
That's crazy though,
No,
man.
There's
they
no
wouldn't
way
make
they
that-
could do it right now.
With the
That's
dick
crazy.
montage.
Ain't no
Oh,
fucking way.
drawing the
He's all,
dick.
it was a big veiny motherfucker. He's all, your dick hit her foot? So listen, man. He's like, you know how many great foods are shaped like dicks? All of the best ones.
Everything.
It's so when he's all, we're blood brothers. That movie's fucking classic.
love
But
that.
and that wasn't that long ago.
I know.
When did
That's what I'm
Superbad come
saying.
out? What, like 2008?
2008, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's bro. I mean,
Yeah.
I guess it's starting to be a little long.
It is.
I
Yeah.
Hey,
guess.
listen. Someone says 10 years ago. I still think 1999.
I know, it's weird. It is weird how that works.
10 years ago is 99 to me. So shut the fuck up, audience. And Jay's generation of no reading rainbows.
But what is it with y'all? I mean, I don't know. You're not in your 20s. I think kids in their 20s, it's so trippy. And I know I'm going to sound old and shit, but like, they choke each other, they spit on each other, but they can't handle the word moist.
Yeah.
Hey,
guys notice
hey, we
that
got a
shit?
20-year-old on the other side. Hey, Dom,
Yeah.
does the word moist fuck with you? Hey, he was fucking honest. Shout out to the word moist fucking with the 20-somethings.
I mean, really. And it's sad. It has to do with shame. It goes
Yes.
back to shame.
Yeah.
I really believe. I'm sorry to wag my finger,
Yeah.
but I really
No,
feel like it has a lot because it's always young women, and they go, I don't like that word," and I go, "How's your pussy?
It's
Are you
probably dry. It's not
okay?"
moist.
Well, I mean, they just are. If it is, they can't.
wanna talk about it?
Oh no.
Yeah.
Because it's just not. There's no Dr. Ruth. When I was little,
Yeah.
there was Dr. Ruth.
Yeah.
I think there needs to be another one.
We had one. It was Kevin Samuels. He just passed.
Oh.
We had
The
someone
preacher.
on the internet.
Maybe we
who
just
was
need
like,
educational porn. Have you ever seen that
Yeah,
movie?
that's
Girl?
different.
Have you seen that movie?
Yeah.
Girl? Have you seen that movie Girl Next Door?
No.
So, this dude falls in love with this chick. She's a porn star. She moves in next door. It's like the fucking quintessential dream of a fucking high school. Like, oh man, she's watching the house. She's next door to me. She's a
Yeah.
porn star. She's fucking amazing. It was
Yeah.
ridiculous, but they end up making the guy like he gets in a whole situation with the whole porn industry, whatever the fuck. But he thinks that they're making a porn with his idea. But what they're doing is they're making an educational video with the people that he would have used in the porn, and it's like educational porn.
yeah.
That's not a bad idea.
I mean, not to hate, I agree with anything that helps people get over their shame, but I will say that there are channels that are geared to women, straight women, and they're so fucking like there's a lot of eye contact. I appreciate it, but I'm like, fuck her! Like I get so impatient. I can't fucking handle it, and it's all soft, and it's like a Vaseline lens. You know what I mean?
And it's all vignetted on the side.
Yeah, exactly.
It was like Cinemax. The Cinemax
Yeah, exactly,
porn. It
the
was like a
Skinemax.
manual.
Yeah.
It's all vignetted and the
Yeah.
pianos and strings are coming in.
Except I did see cock, which was nice.
That was the only difference.
The only difference, yeah.
That was
Skinemax. Which
fucking
Bridgerton
Skinemax.
was Skinemax. Did you watch Bridgerton?
I think so.
That was the, it was like the, oh, hello, sir. Yes,
Yeah.
you may go down on me.
Yeah.
I would enjoy it very much.
Yeah.
And it was so great.
Yeah.
It was fun. It was the same story over and over, but
It's,
I enjoyed
the
it.
story never
lot of
ends.
fucking in
Never
that
ends.
one.
I mean, has anybody ever got to the end of a porn? Like the end?
The end?
I mean,
Yeah, the very end.
the cleanup?
No.
Without
How do they
skipping.
end? Like, how do they end?
Without skipping.
Do they go without?
Fast
I've never
forwarding?
even skipped to the end.
Yeah.
No,
I
it
don't-
ends. It ends in about the middle for me.
No, we've never ended one. No, you're right.
Yeah.
It's always like in the middle of the DVD. That's why when by accident, if it comes on, you're like, ah!
Oh my god!
When you
Oh
leave it in the
shit!
machine
Yeah.
or
That's
whatever.
the end of.
You're still right in the middle of
Listen,
it. Like,
I feel like they probably look at the screen like, you nasty motherfucker.
This is what I came to.
This is the end of a porn. Shame on you, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like even now,
of that.
when I was younger,
they
like of
both
course
just,
we would
like,
watch the beginning.
turn
of the
and look at the
porns.
camera.
Like we've all seen the beginning. Yeah, they both at the same time. You nasty motherfucker. We see you. You see that fucking camera on your
That would
phone?
be creepy
This was
as
a
a
live
motherfucker.
stream.
Right?
This was a live stream. Everybody on your Facebook.
You guys
just,
were talking about that Zoom, that dude that did
Oh,
it right
yeah.
after Zoom.
You see that dude that got fired? Oh my god!
Yikes.
It was everybody's working from home. It was like
what was
there was
that
like
guy's name?
peak pandemic, right? So everybody figured out the Zoom and so this dude he's there working and everybody's in the meeting and he thought he closed out his camera, but he didn't. So he leaves. Oh yeah, I'll see you guys next week or whatever. And then he gets his fucking Vaseline, he gets his fucking tissues, and he starts unbuttoning his pants, and everybody's like, bro, they're like, oh, we don't think he knows what's going on. He had collapsed as soon as he didn't see it. He fucking started jacking off in front of his whole fucking office.
Yeah.
The whole time. They were all on Zoom, and he had no fucking clue, man.
He was watching a whole different window.
Whole different window. They're like, oh my God. And people were like trying to exit out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
He got his job back though.
Yeah, bro. I wouldn't even go back.
That's
There's no way I'd go
hilarious.
back to work
Nah,
over there,
yeah,
dog.
fuck that.
No fucking way, bro. How you gonna go back to work over there when the whole job's seen you jack off?
I don't know.
I might have came back and just like, hey.
sat on the desk like, hey, how was your weekend?
Hey, how's it going, man? So I see you like midget porn too. I see you like it.
Yeah.
You know what though? What's got me totally fucked up? Like, and I swear to God, I'm sounding like some fucking porn addict, but I swear it's not that deep in this situation. But when I do see that shit, what the fuck is up with all the like incest porn?
There's a lot of incest.
Bro, what
fuck is
is
going
that?
on?
Did you not? It actually.
gross.
It's because I'll give you the exact explanation, which is weird that I know it, but I swear to God, this is what it is. It reflects our political system at the time, and because Trump is such an incestuous weirdo with his daughter.
Yeah,
that
he's
was
done some weird
exactly
shit.
when it started to happen. Because before that, it was more terrorist porn. There was like there was a
Mia
lot of
Khalifa. Bro.
Yeah,
Wow,
so
okay.
it changes with the political stance. So now it's like old guys and like young girl, like stepdaughters and like daughters, because we've had Trump, who gave us a perfect example of incestuous father and daughter situation. Like, I would fuck her. I mean, he like says it, and then you know, the old guy
Couple
now,
times.
who everyone's just like, he's just Grandpa Joe.
So
or
that's
Uncle
why
Joe.
the porn I was watching the other day, the dude forgot his name and couldn't finish his speech.
Exactly. And then the girl's like, I love you.
Yeah, and he's like, oh wait, shit.
I know. Give me that.
My name. Okay, yeah,
pill.
that makes sense because I was like, why is this guy forgetting his lines? Okay, I see
It really does reflect the political. It does reflect the political as well as fashion. If you
That's
watch the fashion,
crazy.
it also reflects
I just-
fashion and porn.
I trip
never
out
thought about
like
that.
like I swear when I was younger, like I look at it, I'm like, man, I'm glad I never had a stepmom that got stuck in a fucking in a washer.
Yeah, got her head stuck in the dryer.
I'm glad she never got stuck under the
That's
couch
hilarious.
because now I obviously got like
Yeah.
a job to do here.
Yeah. Something has to happen now.
Something has to. I seen it. That's how it goes. This is life.
This is
oh,
how it
you're
works.
stuck, huh? Okay, let me get you out of there real quick. It's fucking crazy, man.
It's weird, man.
I didn't even
That
think
is
about
weird.
that. I didn't
Yeah.
even think about that.
It also goes along with the age of people that are watching it, like the men who were fathers to like people of Gen Xers are completely. I mean, not everyone. I don't want to blanket it, but they're pretty fucked up sexually, and so there was like all that. You know, the pill in the 70s. Like, there was all these things where they could just fucking fuck. So
Yeah.
when there were children around, it was still like, yeah, what's up,
Fuck.
hot?
Yeah.
10-year-olds fucking looking good tonight, you know? And it was so fucking inappropriate, but no one thought that it was inappropriate.
yeah.
It was just like, hey, everybody's partying together. Everybody's,
Yeah.
you know, they're passing me the fucking joint. I guess I'm part of the situation. But now those people are, you know, like appropriate adults, and they want their porn to look like
Appropriate.
how they want it.
Yeah.
I mean, you know.
Yeah.
I didn't think sex trafficking was as big when I was little
Yeah.
as it is now. And
Yeah.
not to bring it down, folks.
Nah, but true, though.
But
It's-
like
it's-
for real,
No,
like
that's what
now
it-
because
that's
the
what it is.
internet and all this
Yeah.
stuff, like linking up with people and going to meet guys or girls that you don't know, and then
Yep.
getting snatched up and stuff, like it's fucking a problem.
Yo,
You know?
I'm not
Not-
gonna lie.
Yeah.
Like being a father of 4,
Oof.
I got all boys.
Yeah.
So, I'm a little grateful. Like I'm not gonna lie here. Like I'm a little. It's still being a parent stressful as a motherfucker, but
Yeah.
the stress I feel like I would have if I had a daughter is completely different
Yeah.
than the stress I have with my boys.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? Leonard's got a daughter, so I'm sure he
and
probably feel what I'm
she's
saying.
adorable, dude.
And that's always
She's
scared
super cute,
the
man.
fuck out of me, bro.
Yeah.
As a parent. So like my youngest, like you know, when I tried again, that was like, okay, cool. I got 3 older boys. If I have a daughter now, she'll be like my little sister, and she'll be protected by all of her older brothers.
Yeah.
My little sister fuck you up, bro. Black. She for real. She don't play no games. So when it wasn't a daughter, I'm not gonna lie, there was a sense of relief.
Yeah.
Because I knew what I was getting into.
Yeah.
It's a,
Yeah.
It's a lot.
It's a whole different ball game.
It's a lot.
It's a whole different ball game.
That just scares me,
It's
bro.
every day.
Yeah, even at her young age, I'm realizing how shitty I am at communication with girls and understanding like how they feel. No, I'm dead serious.
Yeah.
I'm dead fucking serious. Every time I'm with her, I'm like, oh, you should probably have said it this way, or you could have, been more sensitive. And then I'm like, no, you better toughen up. You better understand. Like, it's a weird balance to like try to figure out where I need to like sharpen her and where I need to like massage and, comfort her, because the world is going to be heavy on her regardless, and I know that. So it's pretty fucking interesting to kind of watch that. 'Cause my son, I told you, I bought him a guitar. I got him some gold sunglasses. He's going to be fine. He's going to be fine.
He's good till he moves out, probably.
Yeah, he's listening to Prince now. Like, he's getting it. He's picking it up.
Yeah.
Her, I'm just like, I don't even know how to prepare her for this. Because I'm looking at her like, and I literally, like, I sprinkle things in here, here and there. I talk to her and I'm just like, what about your husband one day? Like trying to like sprinkle in like something of like a standard to her life, because I'm afraid that this world is going to just make or encourage her to be so wild and so free that it's going to be hard for me to like help her, guide her through this, because pretty girls, man, like they just have a different road, and that enabling shit, like I'm concerned about that. I'm very, very concerned about that. So we'll see. Like, I don't want her to think that she has to do anything to be approved of by me, but also to understand it's like you need to be able to set standards for yourself that may or may not come from the outside world, but gotta come from within. And that comes from a development that a lot of women, like a lot of women are just encouraged to be prettier and prettier and prettier and prettier and pretty, and that's it. And my daughter, for sure, I'm like, no, you character first. Character is very, very important.
Well,
and that's what I'm hoping
lasts.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm hoping will last. We'll see.
But realistically, in life in general, character and who you are as an individual, that's what I like how you said a standard for herself that's not brought on by the outside but from within, the inside standard. Those are the most important ones, because those are the ones that we got to live with. Like anytime, and I'm sure all of us, everybody's probably done it, to where you've broke your standards a few times. That's when it's hard to live with yourself. You can live with all the bullshit, but when you break your standard, it's like that shit just eats you and it don't go away. But that's a good thing, because that means that you do have a standard for who you are and who you want to be. You got to have a code as a person. Man, woman, whatever you are, whoever you are, whatever color you are, you got to have a code, because if you don't have a code that you live by, then you just whatever the fuck, you're just floating around here on some bullshit.
And in a place like Albuquerque, that's a real scary way.
Gotta have a code, dog.
Gotta
have a code, bro.
Gotta
keep your word. Gotta be a man of your word.
Keep a passion. Also, like the thing that saved me from heroin, that I always tell kids, I'm like, you don't have a passion, you don't have an outlet, you better find one. Something that makes you feel good, that has nothing to do with anybody else, that doesn't fuck with you, that doesn't fuck with anybody else, doesn't hurt you or hurt anybody else. Music, tech, acting, fucking singing, and then there's so many things. But they've got to know that it's available. Like, I was very lucky, even though I was raised on welfare and I hung out with gang members. The gang members are the ones that told me to be a comedian. When I was 15, 14, 13, I was hanging out with these kids. I'm fucking smoking PCP and doing their voices, and they're like, you're
fucking funny.
God damn, be a comedian, dummy. And I'm like, I'm a gang member, you guys. What you're talking about.
This ain't funny. That's fucking hilarious.
But for real. And my mom was an actor when I grew up. And we were still on welfare because she was struggling, But one time we used to go to this $2 movie theater every week on Tuesday for Tuesday is a big theme in my
We're
life.
gonna call the pod Tuesday. We're gonna call it Bukkake
See you
Tuesday.
next Tuesday.
See how fast YouTube takes it down.
Right.
Bukkake Tuesday.
no.
We'll spell it Bukkake.
Yeah.
I think that is the way.
Yeah.
I don't know how it's spelled.
There's a U in there somewhere, I think.
Bukkake.
Bukkake. Yeah, I don't
That's what we
know.
do down on
Yes.
Central.
Yes.
On
We have a new
Tuesdays
series.
at 2.
That's funny.
On Central and San Mateo.
Yeah, that it's gonna. Oh well.
It's the
nearby
Bukkake.
The people nearby Planned Parenthood will be good.
You're right there.
Yeah. I can't remember.
You're talking about your mom being an actress.
Oh yeah, so we used to go to this Tuesday night $2 movie theater that was in Santa Monica. Me and the Cholos, and we used to walk up there from where we lived, and we used to smoke a bunch of dust and go in, watch the movie. And one time there was a movie on that my mom was in,
That's crazy.
and I was like, oh no.
Tripping balls on PCP and your mom comes on the movie screen.
I mean, I knew because I saw the title on the
yeah.
marquee, but still, I was embarrassed. I didn't want the gang members to know.
Yeah.
It's a movie called The Last Starfighter. I don't know if
Yes.
Okay.
Hold
Really?
up.
Yeah,
Is that,
yeah,
is
yeah.
that hold up? Is that homeboy that like?
the video game.
Yeah.
Whoa.
He beats the video game.
yeah.
That's my mom. My mom owns the park. She's like a big fat
That's
white lady.
crazy.
That's crazy. Okay.
She laughs a lot with a Budweiser. She's Clara Potter is her name in the movie. Clara Potter. And I only know this because the Cholos are so perceptive. They were some of the funniest fucking people I ever knew. And I knew it's because they had to have a good sense of humor because everybody died all the time. But, message.
Yeah.
But she shows up in this fucking theater and all the S's were like in a row, of us. And they all knew her because they had come to my hotel room a couple times.
Oh, so they recognized her.
Yeah, but they had a nickname for her because I was raised a vegan on welfare.
That's an interesting combination.
Dumb shit
Damn.
right
Yeah,
there.
that's very
Not
hard.
Smart, not smart.
No.
So carrot juice was really all I had. I was orange as a child, like for real. For real.
That's right. I
So
fucking
was,
bet.
Yeah, I was orange, bright orange. So carrot juice. So we're at the hotel. My mom makes a fucking big vat of carrot juice. The Cholos are there. She's like, hey, anybody want a hit of that? Like she's trying to give him some carrot juice. So from that day on, she was carrot juice.
Carrot juice.
Yeah. So every time I saw her, like, hey, how's carrot juice? What's up with
That's
carrot
fucking
juice?
funny.
So I was like, that's so funny. But then we're in the theater, cut to the movie. Her big face comes on the fucking screen. Somebody screams out, carrot juice! And I'm like, oh no! Oh.
That's crazy.
But then afterwards, Mousy, she's one of my best friends over there. She's like, we were walking back, to our hotels and stuff. She's all, you could be that. Like, you don't have to, like, hang out with it. Like, again, she's trying to, like, tell me
you
to
that
go
you could
away.
Be something bigger.
Yeah. And I'm like, nah, I'm good. Like, pass the dust.
Yeah, let's live
You
there.
know?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was really, like, in it. But that was real. Like, they were the first people to see, like, that I could probably go do something.
Yeah.
Other than what you were
Yeah.
headed doing right
like
there.
just huffing paint, smoking
Yeah.
dust, taking acid. Like I was taking so much acid, and they were like, "Acid? What the fuck? Fucking hippies or what?" I'm
So
like,
you
I like
brought it.
hippies.
You let them. You brought it to their attention. Like they tried it with you for the
I
first
gave
time.
everything.
Yeah.
We traded all the things.
That's.
Nothing was off limits.
I think. I like how you said that you have to have a passion, like because.
Yeah.
I feel like as human beings existing here,
Yeah.
we have to be connected to something bigger
Yeah.
than
us.
just ourselves.
Yeah.
Because when we start losing shit, like when that shit gets hyper focused on just you, yikes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, it's no good.
You got to connect to something bigger. And if you have a passion that has to do with art or anything like that, it's easier to connect to the whatever,
Yeah.
to the source.
The source,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's easier to connect to the source
Yeah.
through your passion.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Gotta
think
have a creative outlet.
you have to.
Yeah.
Because you gotta tap into that energy, man. Everybody has it.
If not, you lose your
Everybody's
fucking
capable.
marbles.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everybody's capable of it, but
Yeah.
most people are just creating their lives on autopilot, and it's just a routine.
Fuck that.
And
Mm-hmm.
it just loops and loops and loops, and it's the same thing over and over again.
Fuck that.
But if you have anything in your life that you focus on, that you can create something internal and bring it out to the external world and try to share that with people, that's something that gives you a certain satisfaction spiritually that comes from nothing else.
Yep.
That's the only way to get it.
and it'll get you through some dark.
Yeah, absolutely.
times.
Yeah.
It'll
Absolutely.
get
Saves.
when I always know that I you say this all the time. I got this from Leonard. Leonard used to always tell me, know your north.
Yeah.
Know where your center is. Don't deviate too far from it, because the further you get from north, you fucking lost, bruh.
Yeah.
All of a sudden I'm south. I can't find my north. I don't got a compass. Know your motherfucking north, audience. And on that note, Jess,
Hey,
thank you for coming through.
this has been so fun.
We got to do it again.
You guys, I mean, really. And it took a lot. Speaking of letting go, being present, having faith, going to source, letting it go, reaching out to you, that's nerve-wracking.
I'm glad you did.
And I knew that we would get along because
Yeah.
we have the same sensibility. I knew the fellas would enjoy me. I just enjoy you guys so much, and I'm so grateful to this. I really, really,
Thank you.
I really love what
Man,
y'all do.
we're grateful for having you. We
Thank
love what
you.
you do
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
Keep
For sure.
fucking killing it.
Thank you.
Keep doing you. And this is the first of another episode. I think we're
I
gonna have
hope so.
to do
You
this
know, I
again.
can talk for hours.
Yeah, we're gonna.
Yeah.
So got Jay too. Fucking just.
I know,
never
he doesn't
fucking
shut
shuts
up.
Yeah, my
Jay
bad.
never
I'm,
shut up.
I'm sorry about that.
Hey.
We'll make another pod of me
Oh,
talking.
it's gonna be Jay Talk. Listen, y'all are now tuned in to Jay Talks.
Oh, damn.
It's gonna be Jay not talking, going
Bell
live.
silence.
They're
I'll
gonna
play
be
some
sit-
beats.
Watch that shit blow up though. They're sitting there in the comments like he's gonna talk. He's gonna
Oh, any second now.
Any second. That's
Hey,
fine.
listen though. On that note, until next time, respect the connect. Peace.
Peace.